Hello, everyone, and welcome to the pond. We're about 10 minutes away here from first pitch between the London Majors and the Welland Jackfish. Before first pitch, we'll send it over to public address announcer Rod Mahood.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good? It's good, yeah.
Welcome to beautiful Welland Stadium for today's game against the visiting London Majors. I'm Rod Mahood. This season of
That's
Welland
good.
Jackfish baseball is
Good?
proudly presented
Levels
by
are okay?
North Welland Business Improvement Area. Visit them online at northwelland.ca. North Welland,
Good one, Brent.
a thriving and welcoming gateway to Canada's vibrant new city.
My bad.
Fans, a reminder to pick up your game day lineups, as in a few moments we'll be announcing the starting lineups for today's game. If you do not have a lineup, they can be picked up at the front gate and Tackle Box merchandise store behind section 107. There you'll also find various souvenirs located at the Tackle Box to help you remember your experience here at the pond. A reminder that the ballpark is a family-friendly atmosphere. Abusive or profane language of any kind will not be tolerated and may result in ejection. The park is also a non-smoking facility. Smoking is not allowed anywhere within the stands or concourse in accordance with provincial and municipal regulations. A reminder to keep your attention on the play at all times during today's game, as bats, balls, or other objects may fly into the stands at high rates of speed at any point during the game, which can cause serious injury. If you at any point during the game today require medical attention, please immediately summon one of the many Jackfish staff members located throughout the ballpark. Any balls that are hit on the play can be redeemed at the front gate for a special prize. The professional and dedicated staff of the pond ask you to help keep this site beautiful. Please use the provided trash containers for your garbage. The Environment Canada weather forecast brought to you by Mr. Brent Cologne and WellandJackfish.com. Cloudy skies, high of 26 or 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Today's umpires, as assigned by the Intercounty Baseball League, are presented by I Care Welland. At first base, Joel Goon. At third base, Chris Walters. And behind home plate, Mr. Ben Mercier. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the starting lineups. First for the visiting London Majors, presented by Niagara College. Leading off, second baseman number 6, Chris McQueen. Batting second, left fielder number 14, Andrew Lawrence. Batting third, designated hitter number 35, Cleveland Brownlee. Batting fourth, catcher number 25, Robert Mullen. Batting fifth, third baseman number 29, Taylor Wright. Batting sixth, right fielder number 7, Starling Joseph. Batting seventh, center fielder number 28, Austin Wilkie. Batting eighth, first baseman number 15, Dan Perrier. Batting ninth, shortstop number 12, Keith Candell. And the starting pitcher for the London Majors this afternoon, number 45, Jose Arias. starting lineup for your 2022 Welland Jackfish presented by North Welland BIA. Leading off, first baseman number 11, Gio Morello. Batting second, the center fielder number 9, Eric Marriott. Batting third, right fielder number 13, Brandon Nicholson. Batting fourth, third baseman number 8, Mattingly Romanen. Batting fifth, left fielder number 24, Hogan Brown. Batting sixth, the shortstop number 6, Tyler Dupuis. Batting seventh, designated hitter number 39, Matt Hildebrandt. Batting eighth, the catcher number 16, Sam Cocker. Batting ninth, second baseman number 3, Brandon Underhill. And on the mound for the Jackfish this afternoon, wearing number 34, Rob Nixon. And now, fans, please rise if you're able, and please remove your hats for the performing of the Canadian National Anthem, performed today by Be in Christ. Great job once again. Thank you to Be in Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the field for today's ceremonial first pitch. The birthday fish himself,
Welcome back to the pond for this matchup between the London Majors and the Welland Jackfish. I'm Brendan Lang, along here with Spencer Tangway as we get set for a rivalry matchup on this Saturday afternoon with the wind howling here at Welland Stadium.
Yeah, you couldn't have put it any better. London and Welland are two teams that have known each other for quite some time since Welland moved from Burlington, and the matchups always live up to the hype. These dates have been circled on the calendar. You want to do well against a team that you know can win championships. London, of course, coming off last year's dominant performance. Welland, a huge 8-1 win. They're looking to build on that here against London.
Not only did they win last year, but also have added some key players into that lineup and pitching staff as well. But first, we'll talk about the starting pitcher for Welland, and that's going to be Rob Nixon, the Welland native, getting his first start of the season.
This is huge. Rob Nixon, a guy you bring in, a draft pick in the MLB with Cleveland, of course, comes in. He's gone through a lot of adversity in his career as a pitcher. He gets a chance in his hometown right here to prove this is where he wants to be, and we'll see a lot of his work tonight against the Majors.
So we'll take a look now at the starting lineup for the Majors. Chris McQueen leads off and plays second base. Andrew Lawrence, the left fielder, bats second. Cleveland Brownlee, the IBL legend, hits third and is the designated hitter. Batting fourth is Robert Mullen, the catcher. Taylor Wright bats fifth and plays third base. Starling Joseph in right field bats seventh. Austin Wilkie bats seventh and plays center field. Dan Perrier hits eighth and plays first base. And Keith Candell, the shortstop, rounds out the order and bats ninth.
Well, I think a key thing you're going to see here is Andrew Lawrence moves up in the lineup to second, and he's a guy who's having a fantastic start to the season, batting 4 for 4, and he's already got true RBIs and 4 hits. A guy they really would like to get on base. The wind is howling here. This will be an interesting ball game.
Looks like it's blowing out to right center field. We were just talking about that before the broadcast. Seems like the flags are going out that way, so maybe a little bit of an advantage for the left-handed hitters. On the field during batting practice, it was actually going to left field. We saw a couple righties being able to get a few out over the wall, but seems to have changed here at first pitch.
The wind does not do it justice just looking at it. If you're here, you look at the trees, it is a different atmosphere, and it's going to be hard to play baseball today.
So leading off for the Majors will be the second baseman, Chris McQueen, in their first matchup against Toronto, went 1 for 5. Batting at the top of the lineup. The first pitch of the ball game is inbound from Nixon, and it's high for ball one, and we are underway here in Welland.
Always good to get the first pitch. I know you talk about you want to do well and you want to get the momentum. Let's get the nerves out of the way. Now settle in here, Nixon. It's time to shine.
Pitching out of the full windup. The next pitch is inbound, and it just catches the outside corner, and the count's now even at 1. 1-1 count facing the left-handed hitting McQueen. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Got him to swing through the fastball. Again, talking before the broadcast, Nixon changed his arm angle a little bit when he was pitching in the Cleveland organization. Went to more of a submarine style, but now he's back over the top.
Yeah, he's dominant over the top, as you see, and he's really settling in. Good job to get back ahead of the count now, 1-2.
The 1-2 pitch fouled off the glove of Cocker. Just barely able to stay alive was McQueen, and the count remains at 1-2.
McQueen, when he swung, actually, I don't know if he tweaked something, but you could tell it was an awkward swing coming across the plate. Had to stretch it out a little bit as he jammed himself trying to make contact.
McQueen, the London native, playing in his 7th season in the IBL, 5th season. And fouled back once again off the catcher's mask. Let me correct myself, 7th season with the Majors. So he's had a long run with them.
Cocker is just battling here behind the plate. Takes one off the glove, and now a foul tip right off the face mask. Hit twice here in the first 4 pitches.
The count is still 1-2 as the Jackfish faithful get into it. Here comes the pitch. Just missed low. Got off the glove of Cocker, rolls to the backstop, so now the count's even at 2-2.
It'll be interesting to see how the Majors try to adapt to this wind. Like we said, this is abnormal, how aggressive this wind is, to see if they can change their batting style a little bit. Brownlee in the number 3 spot, obviously used to having base runners aboard. See if he's able to get any base runners aboard here through this wind.
The 2-2 belted in the air into right field, backing up as Nicholson, still going back just in front of the track, reaches up and makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
A well-hit ball, just a deep ballpark, and even with the wind, that was not going to get to the warning track. Well tracked by Nicholson for out number 1.
So McQueen retired at the top of the lineup, and now you talked about him before the game. Andrew Lawrence moving up in the batting order now in that 2nd spot after going 4 for 4 in their first game against Toronto. He'll bat with nobody on and 1 out. Nixon has the sign. The 0-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Looked like a curveball from Nixon.
Oh, that fooled him right from the beginning. What nasty movement on that pitch to come across the outside of the plate. fooled him the entire way that ball left his hand.
And I think against McQueen, he went with all fastballs, then starts off the next hitter with an off-speed pitch, like you said, catching him off guard. The next pitch just drifts outside, and the count's even at 1-1.
Lawrence, though, what a start to the season. Batting 7th in the first couple of lineups, and now moves right up into the second spot, going 4 for 4 so far.
The 1-1 high and inside, went with the fastball, missed up. And it's 2-1. Noticeable early is the good velocity from Nixon.
Yeah, like I said, he's got that power, he's the fastball, and he has a lot of pitches we're going to see that he's going to work into his game. But so far, so good with, like you said, a lot of velocity coming out of the arm.
Went with another fastball, he missed outside, and it's 3-1 now. And this, probably not a guy you want to fall behind to in the count, especially early on here. He's got his sign. Here comes the 3-1. Popped up. It's going to go over the press box and out of play, possibly making its way into the parking lot.
Well, you had to throw to him. You have Cleveland Brownlee coming up, a guy you don't want anybody coming up with a base runner aboard, so you have to try to get him out. Goes right back down the middle with that heat.
So it's now a full count. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the breaking ball. Cocker's got to finish the play. Throws on to first. Bit of a high throw. Gio Morello comes down on the bag, and there's 2 gone.
That was a lot closer than it had to be, for sure. Good job by Cocker, though, to take his time and not throw it away, but definitely a throw that went a couple feet higher than he would have anticipated, for sure.
On that play is a good time to check out the Welland defense. Hogan Brown plays in left field. Eric Marriott in center. Brandon Nicholson in right. Mattingly Romanen at third base. Tyler Dupuis plays shortstop. Brandon Underhill getting his first start of the season plays second. Gio Morello at first base and Sam Cocker behind the plate.
Well, the antics already picking up as the fans trying to get in the head of Cleveland Brownlee. He has been a fan favorite around the league, but he has done really a lot of damage in this ballpark.
And he cracks it out to right field. Nicholson running back. Now he's at the track. He looks up and it bangs off the wall. Brownlee's around first. He's headed for second. Nicholson picks it up, throws it back into the infield. And a double in Brownlee's first at-bat, and he scorched it off the wall.
That just shows you how important that second out was, as that easily makes it a 1-0 ball game. As with a base runner aboard, he's probably scoring a hit that, with the wind, we thought easily could have flew out of the ballpark. Just caught the top of the Welland Honda sign out there. So a lucky break for Welland, but what a good swing on the first pitch.
And of course we know about the big power from Brownlee. That was to the opposite field as well. I know the wind is there, but I don't think he needs any help from the wind with his power. Even going the other way. Now it is going to be the catcher, Robert Mullen, coming up to the dish. Mullen in his first season with the majors, the Panama native. Was an Oakland Athletics sign. He started playing pro ball in 2013. Played a few years in the A's organization. And he bats now with a chance to drive in a run as Cleveland Brownlee stands out at second base. Pitch to Mullen on the outside corner. And Nixon's ahead 0-1.
Yeah, just a good pitch to get ahead of Mullen here. Try to settle down. Control your breathing here and find a way to get out of this inning and leave Brownlee aboard at second.
Nixon now comes at, now checks the runner at second. And the pitch just outside. Looks like he went with a cutter. And it's 1-1.
Just missed. Tried that similar outside portion of the plate. Just missed down and away.
For Mullen?
Go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, for Mullen, looking to drive in his first run of the year, went 2 for 4 in their first game against Toronto. Pitch is up high, and it's 2-1.
You have to think this will be a long at-bat. Try to really take your time and find a pitch. Mullen doing a fine job just standing there, letting the pitches come to him, waiting for his pitch as Brownlee awaits aboard at second. Brownlee behind him playing mind games, trying to act as if he's going to steal.
Don't know if we'll be seeing that today.
No.
Steal of third base from Cleveland Brownlee. Not something that I would put on my watch list for this game.
It's when Hildebrandt turned second in the home opener for the Fish.
It's a 2-1 count to Mullen. Here comes the pitch. Pulled it outside. Tried to ramp up on the fastball, but couldn't get it over the plate. And now this is the second time we've seen Nixon fall behind a hitter 3-1. Of course, he fell behind Lawrence in his first at-bat, but then he came back to get the strikeout.
Well, Taylor Wright's on deck, and a guy who already has 2 runs and a hit in 3 at-bats this season, so it doesn't get any easier. Try to get it back here and at least make it a full count.
Takes his time, now comes forward with the 3-1. It's hit on the ground to shortstop, picked up by Dupuis. Now throws across the diamond in time to retire the side. Brownlee gets a double, but he's stranded out there at second. The Jackfish come to bat as we go to the bottom of the first. And we're back here at the pond as we get set for the bottom of the first inning. And on the mound for the Majors is Jose Arias, making his second appearance of the season already. His first appearance came in that first game of the year. He came on in relief and pitched 4 innings out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he was good. Came in relief his first season in the IBL. But as you mentioned, he had that 1 game under his belt. We'll see him what he can do as a starting pitcher now for the London Majors. He's been around. He's a part of the Miami Marlins organization. Played high-level A-ball in 2015, where he posted an ERA of just under 5 in 7 games. So he's a guy, has a lot of experience, and he adds a lot of depth to this Majors rotation.
So he falls behind the first hitter, Morello. He's down the count 1-0. Next pitch is high, and the count's now 2-0 for Gio Morello. 1 for 5 in that first game, drove in a run, also stole a base. And it was before the season we all heard they're going to push the envelope on the base pass, and they did that in the first game.
Yeah, he's an exciting piece to this Jackfish puzzle this season. And you just watch him in the, batting practice, and you see his energy. He's a fast addition to this lineup. He can run, he's got speed, and I love the way he gets in stance in the batter's box. Has a unique, wide-open stance, gets low, and he can really hit the ball.
The 3-0 pitch just on the outside corner. And it's 3-1. Also a versatile guy in the field as well, playing first base these first 2 games, but we know he's an outfielder as well. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, got the fastball by him, and the count runs full.
He really wanted that one. Good pitch that just got ahead of Morello in the batter's box, but a good swing from Morello.
So the count is now full, and here comes the 3-2. Over the outside corner, strike 3, he got him looking. And the first out of the inning is a strikeout of Morello.
Well, we'll see what the standard is from Mercier. He's saying that strike, it looked a little below the knees, will be called a strike. So a low strike, we'll see if that is the standard all game long. But what I thought was going to be a for sure walk rings him up, and the Jackfish already won away.
So after falling behind 3-0, Arias comes all the way back to get the strikeout. And now Eric Marriott, the center fielder, steps up to the plate, 2 for 4 on Thursday night. Drove in a run as well.
Marriott just having a quick word with home plate umpire Ben Mercier, rightfully so. Probably finding out, hey, where is the strike zone?
And the first pitch over the outside corner for strike 1. Marriott in his second season with the Jackfish. Swings and pops one up. Deep into the outfield. Now moving over is Sterling, and he comes in and makes the catch. Sterling Joseph, that is, in right field. Makes the catch in the alley. And there's 2 away.
Yeah, just not a lot on that. As I look now, the wind's starting to die down a little bit, but that was popped up too high. Regardless, good swing, but it's going to be an out all day long here, as that's nowhere close to anywhere getting close to the warning track.
So now the right fielder, Brandon Nicholson, comes up, and then after him, Mattingly Romanen. Hogan Brown plays left field and hits fifth. Tyler Dupuis, the shortstop, bats 6th. Matt Hildebrandt, the DH, hits 7th. Sam Cocker bats 8th. And Brandon Underhill plays second base and bats 9th.
Really like the middle of the order this year for the Jackfish, the way they have it set up right now with Romanen, Brown, and Dupuis. All 3 impressed me on opening day here at the pond.
Nicholson gets ahead of a fastball and pulls it wide of third. And he's now behind in the count.
Just noticed, for those who watched the opening day game here on Thursday night, the infield was eating up the balls very aggressively, and it's taking weird hops. This one that was just pulled foul. Again, the grass swallowed it up, and the ball barely traveled.
Breaking ball inside. Couldn't quite get back over the inside edge, and I did notice that as well in the last game. A lot of balls that looked like they could be going through the alley really slowed down, gave the defenders a lot of time to get over there and make the plays. Nicholson sitting in a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Bounced on the ground to second base. McQueen now up with it. Flips it over to first. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Jackfish here in the first as we go to the top of the second. Top of the second we go here at Welland Stadium, and leading off is Taylor Wright, the third baseman. In their first game, went 1 for 3, also walked twice. Was on base 3 times to start off the season. The only left-handed hitter in this majors lineup.
Yeah, you don't see that very often, but he is a dominant hitter for sure. He's had a good start to this season. And as we were talking in the last inning, it's good he's starting now than if he was hitting with a guy on base.
And he shoots the ball into right field, and a sliding catch coming on is Brandon Nicholson. He gobbles it up to record the first out of the inning. One pitch, one away.
Oh, did he make that look nice in right field? A beautiful slide in the grass of the outfield. It's like he's done that a couple times. Made it look easy and takes the hit away from right.
Put a star in my scorebook for that one. Showed good closing speed on that ball as well. It was a hard hit ball that he got to quickly. Now is Starling Joseph, the right fielder, facing Nixon. First pitch floats over the outside corner, and it's 0-1.
He really impressed me at batting practice, just watching him, the way he hit the ball. He carries the ball well. When he hits it, it goes a mile. So we'll see how he goes up against Nixon here, the first meeting of these two teams.
Breaking ball inside. Got a swing and a miss. And the count's now 0-2 as he gets ahead of Joseph. Joseph went 1 for 4 in that first game, also walked. And he's behind in the count, 0-2, one away. Nixon from the full windup. Here comes the 0-2. Another breaking ball. Got it over the inside corner. For strike 3, 2 down.
Well, it's a tight strike zone for sure. A beautiful pitch on the inside corner of the plate. And look, it's very similar to where he threw that last pitch, where he swung at. This time he thought it was more inside, elected to take it, but this time rung him up on the strikeout.
Well, that's one of those pitches, too, that it started more inside than it ended up. So a good call by home plate umpire Ben Mercier to not give up on that pitch and let it break back over the plate, and it did. And he got the strikeout. And Nixon's first pitch is a strike to the center fielder, Austin Wilkie.
Beautiful pitch. It's like on a string, just looking at it from back here, a little above the gallery here in the press box. It's a good vantage point to see that one break.
The 0-1 swing and a miss got him with a high fastball. So mixing it up very efficiently here in this second inning with the breaking ball to start, and then rides a fastball up high. Wilkie standing in the right-handed batter's box, Mississauga native. And the 0-2 ran it inside, just missed. And it's 1-2 now.
Yeah, backing him off the plate a little bit, see if he would take the bait at it, but a good fastball just inside.
The 1-2 offering bounced in the infield, but it is a foul ball. Wilkie bounced that ball off his leg.
Home plate umpire Ben Mercier, really no call, but I'm pretty sure, obviously, it hit him. Nixon comes in running as if the play is still going to be alive, but a good heads-up play by Nixon to stay engaged and stay alive. No call at all from Mercier until finally the ball was picked up.
Play it till you hear the foul call. And Nixon did that. Pitch up high. And the count's now 2-2. We saw that in the last game. I don't know if you noticed this. Brantford's third baseman, DeZamba, a couple times there was a ball that was completely foul, and he would pick it up and throw on the run like it was a fair ball, just in case. The call was made as this ball's grounded out to shortstop. Dupuis picks it up, throw across the diamond a bit high. Once again, Morello comes down on the bag, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down that time for Nixon as Jackfish come to bat in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second we go as Mattingly Romanen comes in to lead off the second. And here in Welland, it's actually a pretty nice day for baseball. I know it's been raining in a couple different places around the IBL so far today, but it was windy at the start. Now just a little bit cloudy, but a nice warm day here on a Saturday afternoon.
You asked me half an hour ago. I don't know if this game would play. It was looked like a thunderstorm was going to come in, but it has calmed right down. No rain expected in the forecast till 5 or 6 p.m. at the earliest.
So seems like a nice day for baseball as Romanen fouls the ball back off the screen, and he gets behind in the count. It's 0-1. Romanen 2 for 4 in that first game. Also drove in a run, batting in that cleanup spot. Produced against the Red Sox. The 0-1. Once again fouled straight back, and he's now behind 0-2. Seems like he's right on that fastball. Just can't quite put the ball in play.
Yeah, it looked like in the home opener, it looked like he didn't miss a beat. He took the year off basically as he stepped back and was coaching and was stepping away from playing as much. This year he jumps right back in and had an impressive performance, 2 for 4. And like you said, he seems to be up to speed and really has his game in a good spot.
The 0-2. Breaking ball hit on the ground to shortstop. Candel, 2-E, picks it up, throws across the diamond in time. Great defensive play by Keith Candel, sliding to an E with the backhand, and then a strong throw to get Romanen 1 away.
Candel, an elite infielder in this league. He was a big part of that championship run last season, and he shows why. He's right at the edge of the outfield, right at the on the grass, and he's able to get that throw in time. A tough ball that was a very close play at first, but he shows why he is one of the elite infielders. He's able to get that arm in time and have control.
This is Hogan Brown now standing in. The pitch misses outside for ball 1. Keith Candel, you talked about his fielding, 4th in fielding percentage a year ago in the Intercounty League at .944. Speed, great defense. And the next pitch over the outside corner, and it's now even at 1-1 to Hogan Brown, the left fielder. 0 for 3 in the first game, did walk, so still looking for his first hit of the season. As he stands in with nobody on base and 1 away. Pitch inside and low, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, he'll find his groove. He's a guy that's played coming from Virginia Beach, played a lot of college ball, and he's got a lot of momentum behind his swing. When he does be able to crack that bat, he's got a good release. And in batting practice, he was hitting it like, no problem at all.
He's in a 2-1 count, and he slashes one foul right into the Jackfish bullpen. And the count's even now at 2-2. I talked to him, being from Virginia, I was a little surprised coming here to Welland. Hasn't played in Canada before. He said that he talked to manager Brian Essery and just super excited to be here and can't wait to keep playing baseball here in Welland.
Yeah, the last minute addition to the lineup, but he's going to be a key part of it. As I like this middle part of the order: Romanen, Brown, and Dupuis, and then you have Hildy, the DH, who's never normally that low in the lineup, starting, in the 7 spot. So the lineup has a lot of good players in a different spot, and it could be a huge, versatile lineup going throughout the entire year.
That last pitch on 2-2 was a breaking ball, and it looked like it slipped out of the hand of Arias. Couldn't quite snap it back over the plate, and the count's now full for Hogan Brown, and here comes the 3-2. Bounced right back to the mound. Arias athletically off the mound. Underhand flip to first, and there's 2 away.
Well, a long at-bat, get a lot of looks, and that's what Hogan Brown might need a little bit here. Try to get used to playing in the IBL and get a lot of reps in, but get the ball in the bat, get the barrel across the plate, and the hits will come because he's a natural hitter. We saw him in batting practice, and you see him, your stats don't lie. He's a player that can play in this league for sure.
So it's Tyler Dupuis now, and he had a big performance in the first game. 2 doubles on the line for him. Drove in 2 runs as well, and first pitch breaking ball is inside. Arias asking for a new baseball.
Yeah, new partnership this year for the Jackfish with the Welland Fire Department as they gave a specially a custom design. What a beautiful fire hat, to the MVP of the game from the Welland Jackfish. They gave it to Jake Harford, but offensively, I think Tyler Dupuis was one of the best players in that ball game. He was great every time he stepped into the batter's box.
And we saw him down there at the cage today. Got one out to left field. See if he can translate some of that power. He did show power in the first game, as I mentioned, hitting 2 doubles. And the wind really now dying down. Earlier on, it was howling out to right center. Dupuis hits the ball through the hole on the left side. A base hit past the dive of Candell. And the first base runner of the day for the Jackfish.
Oh, good swing. No chance for Candell on that one, as that's right up the middle between Candell and the third baseman. Good power. Tyler Dupuis, not even 6 feet tall. But the power and the strength he has in the batter's box, I didn't realize how short he was until we went down and had a conversation with him. But a little speedster, and again, gets another hit.
Great start to the season for sure, and now fan favorite Matt Hildebrand comes up in his second season with the Jackfish. He scorched a double down the line on Thursday. And he'll look to replicate that with a runner at first base and 2 out. Facing Arias. The first pitch, just low. And the count's 1-0.
Yeah, that was placed, that ball last game against Brantford. He was able to get it right into the right field corner. But a huge, huge at-bat for him against the Sox. See if he can continue. He's been a fan favorite, but his swing, and that's why. He likes to hit the ball and likes to hit the long ball.
Runners on the move, bounced right back to the mound. Off the leg of Arias. Bounce to the second baseman, McQueen. Picks it up. Now he's going to throw to third. Dupuis in there with a dive, and he's safe.
Well, the Jackfish are going to get a little bit lucky here, I think, as Dupuis was caught looking at second, looking if he was going to go or not. Luckily, the throw from the outfielder all the way to third base was a bad throw, and he's able to slide in safely. Good base running, though, to be able to at least be confident enough to, yes, I'm going to go now. That 1 second hesitation easily could have cost the out and only kept Hildy at first. Hey, we'll take it. That's baseball. Make a split-second decision. Worked out for the Jackfish with runners on the corners now.
So the Jackfish DH Hildebrand picks up an infield single. We talked about not thinking that Brownlee would be running. Also wouldn't think that I would see an infield single from Hildebrand, but we get it here.
It's not very often. I mean, he had 7 doubles, I believe, in 2021. But when he hits the ball, he has runners on base. It's not often for him to be able to hit it, get there. He's obviously not as the speed in his repertoire. But when he's able to connect, he's a huge hitter for this Jackfish lineup.
So it's the catcher, Sam Cocker, coming up with 2 outs. Runners at the corner. He did drive in a run in the first game, went 1 for 4 against Brantford. Looking for a big 2-out hit, and that would do a lot for the momentum for the Jackfish to get on the board here early. Next pitch hit on the ground, past a dive of right. Coming in to score is Dupuis, and the Jackfish grab an early 1-0 lead.
Just a hard hit ball down the third base line, and that will score a run. A good effort from the defense from London, but that just skips by him. The Jackfish take advantage with runners in scoring position. And just like that, for the second straight game, it's 1-0 for the home side.
That ball was rocketed off the bat. Of Cocker. And now 2 runners on. Runner at second base is Hildebrand. Cocker stands at first, and it's Brandon Underhill standing in the batter's box. He takes a pitch over the outside corner for strike 1, making his first start of the season today, playing out there at second base.
Yeah, here's a guy you'll see come in and out of the lineup for sure all season long, and he's a guy that's got a lot of bag of tricks. He can play anywhere on the diamond for the Jackfish, and that's why they use him. And he's a natural second baseman, but that's where he gets to start here this season.
And talking to him before the season, he said he's comfortable playing all over the field. He's pitched even a little bit for this team, plays some second base, some shortstop, did play a little bit of third last year as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he pitched for sure for the junior team, I believe, and I know he's played all over the diamond, so this is a huge addition to have him.
He waves and misses at that breaking ball and strikes out to end the inning, but the Jackfish do get on the board as they lead it 1-0 going to the top of the third. Back here at the pond for the top of the third inning. Jackfish lead this game 1-0 on three hits in a row with 2 outs in that bottom of the second inning to score the run. As Sam Cocker drove in the run, and it's 1-0. Big early lead for Welland.
Yeah, it's huge to be able to get 3 straight hits against Arias on the mound today for the Majors, who's come off of a pretty strong performance in the 4 innings he worked on Sunday in Toronto. Now gets the job to start here for London this afternoon.
Rob Nixon comes out firing a strike over the plate. That was a fastball. He gets ahead 0-1. This is Dan Perrier, the big first baseman. When I say big, I mean big. Listed at 6'9", standing in the right-handed batter's box. Doesn't he look imposing from up here?
Well, 6'9", and I look at the Jackfish pitcher was listed 6'1", Nixon listed as, and it's wow, night and day.
And he's standing on the mound.
And we're well above. Yeah, that's right. And he's on the mound.
He's ahead or tied in the count. It's 1-1. That ball's bounced to third, and it will get foul. Good decision by Romanin to let that ball roll foul, but just a massive size difference out there, especially too with between him and the catcher Cocker too.
Well, that last pitch, he's swinging down at it like a choppy swing, which is why, went right into the dirt and rolled, eventually foul right before the third base. But even as you watch him run down the lane, he's got a lot of length to him, which, again, you think of a long, tall, lengthy NBA player, tough to run,
yeah.
But he's got a long stride, easy to get singles, I'm sure, to get to first base.
This is his IBL debut from Ottawa. Takes a strike right over the plate. He got him, and there's one gone. The second looking strikeout for Rob Nixon.
Yeah, he knew it too. He wanted that one, and he thought it was going to be inside. Ball comes right back over the plate. Good strikeout from Nixon. Already 3 this afternoon.
So it's Keith Candell. We saw him make a sparkling defensive play in the bottom of the second. Now he comes up, the number 9 hitter, looking to turn that lineup over. And standing on deck is the second baseman, Chris McQueen. Nixon again with nobody on, working from the full windup. And the first pitch is low and outside. That's ball 1.
Candell, just a veteran in this league, and he adds a lot in the infield, as we saw on the defensive side. He's at the bottom of the order today for the London Majors. As you go, you have a deadly top of the order right behind him, though, as that pitch is outside.
And that's probably the thinking. Get him down there at the bottom. He's
Right.
got some speed, be able to circle the bases when that top of the lineup comes up.
Yeah, because when you have McQueen, Lawrence, and then Brownlee, or 1, 2, 3, that's a very good spot to have Candell at the bottom of the order.
The 2-0 on the way, popped up just over our heads. It goes foul. The count's now 2-1. Candell looking for his first hit of the season. Did not pick one up in that first game against Toronto.
Worth mentioning, I know we haven't talked about it much yet, but of course London had their home opener yesterday, which is still ongoing because of their gas leak and a scary situation in London. So it's a unique kind of experience for these players coming in off only a half game yesterday.
Breaking ball inside, and it's 3-1. Behind in the count to the number 9 hitter is Nixon. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. Late call from home plate umpire Ben Mercier. But Nixon did get it. Now the count runs full.
It's hard because the umpires take a lot of heat, but when it's such a late call, it's hard to, trust the accountability, this time in favor of the Jackfish.
And then Nixon comes right back and gets a swing and a miss. His second strikeout of the inning, and already 4 strikeouts here through 2 2/3.
Well, I think that's just a good baseball IQ heads-up play by Nixon. You could tell the batter of Candell is frustrated. Throw heat at him. Make him want him to hit that ball out of the park. And again, throws the fastball right at him, unable to catch up with it.
And we've seen good velocity from Nixon going up in the zone quite a bit to get those swings and misses. Just like he got right there. So now we go back to the top of the order in Chris McQueen. Flied out deep, just in front of the warning track in right field his first time up. And he takes the first pitch over the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, it comes back with the off-speed pitch this time, and same spot. Just gets the Majors thinking a little bit, where is he going to throw and how hard is he going to throw that ball? But a good heads-up play by Nixon on the mound so far through 3.
Sitting in an 0-1 count. Here's the offering. Same exact location. Again, gets the call on the outside corner. And he's way up in the count, 0-2.
That's a carbon copy. That is an exact location on the pitch tracker.
So now he went back-to-back on that outside corner, talking to him before the game. Said he likes to use that splitter in strikeout situations. We'll see if he goes to it here. And here comes the 0-2. It looked more like a curveball, missed up high.
Yeah, up high regardless. Tried to throw a little bit of movement on that pitch, but outside and high. But you're right. He did say he has a lot in his bag of tricks, and that's what he'd like to go with in an ideal 2-strike situation.
So with 2 strikes, it's a 1-2 pitch, slashed away foul down the left field line. Count remains 1-2. He went to the curveball to strike out Lawrence back in that first inning. Tried to go do it again there. Just missed high on the previous pitch, and now a pitch was fouled away. So McQueen putting up a little bit of a fight here, trying to see some more pitches, maybe tire out the starter just a little bit, making his first start of the season. So a 1-2 count, 2 outs, as Nixon looks to go 3 up, 3 down for the second consecutive inning. Here comes the 1-2. Inside, almost got him. McQueen just able to dance out of the way, and it's even at 2.
Yeah, he's thrown 44 pitches now. Is that one well inside? You're right, almost glazed the right arm of the batter, but that was a fastball inside. I didn't expect that pitch coming that inside for sure.
A 2-2 count now, and the offering from Nixon. Bounce right back to the mound, jumping, stab, and he makes the play, flips it on to first. 3 up, 3 down, once again on a great defensive play by the pitcher Nixon. London can't push anything across. The Jackfish still lead it, heading to the bottom of the 3rd.
Number 11, Gio.
Bottom of the 3rd we go. Leadoff hitter Gio Morello coming up to the plate. Led off the ball game, now leading off the 3rd inning as the Jackfish lead it 1-0 on an RBI single from the catcher Sam Cocker. See if they can extend that lead playing in the bottom of the 3rd. The first pitch of the inning to Morello, swings and misses at a high fastball, and he's behind 0-1.
Yeah, he struck out his first time at bat, and he's batting 167 now on the season. So it'll be interesting. Try to get him, a little bit of confidence, poke one out, get a single, get the base runners aboard, and let's see the speed that the Jackfish try to push.
Breaking ball down low, and it's 1-1. Talking about his first at bat, he got ahead in the count 3-1, and then a couple calls that he wasn't too happy about. Struck out looking on that outside pitch that he was questioning Ben Mercier about. 1-1 pitch again on that outside corner, but he's been consistent.
Wow.
He's been calling that outside edge all game so far.
It's all you can ask for, and, there's no question for Morello this time. That's identical to where he was questioning the last strikeout pitch.
So he is behind in the count 1-2. Arias pitching out of the full windup. Check swing. They'll check down at third base. That's Chris Walters down there at third. He says no swing. You could tell Morello wanted to go after that high fastball, but good hands to be able to stop his swing.
He found exactly where I guess the strike zone was, because that looked pretty close to where it was. This one just a bit high.
So it's now an even count, 2-2. Nobody out. Morello leads off the inning, and he shoots a ball over the head of the shortstop, Candel, and it finds some grass in the outfield. Morello motoring around first. He's going to take a wide turn, but throw on the brakes and head back to first base. So a leadoff single for Gio Morello.
Well, job complete, right? You get up there, you're supposed to get on base, leadoff man. That brings up Marriott Nicholson, then Romanin. A lot of good bats, and with his speed, I would expect him to go here, maybe early in the count. That's what the Jackfish are all about. They stole 4 bases in their home opener. They were able to get bags off wild pitches. This is what the team is going to be about. Little small ball, and let's see the base runners. Allow them to advance and get into scoring position.
And not only the stolen bases, but when you have speed on first base, it kind of divides the attention of the pitcher. And you talked about some of the great middle of the order bats that this Jackfish team has. If you can divide that attention just a little bit, you might get a fastball over the plate. So the first pitch was up high. Catcher came out of the chute seeing if Morello was running. He was not. So he still stands over there at first base, being held on first by Perrier. Taking his lead, still not going. And this pitch is over the outside corner for strike one. Counts even at 1-1.
That's just a beautiful pitch. Found his confidence on the mound after settling down a little bit, and he basically put that right where he wanted.
And when you see the umpire's been calling that pitch all day, no reason to not keep going back there. And they pick off over to first base. Close play on the tag, but Morello just getting his hand in on the headfirst dive back.
Yeah, the Jackfish run game getting the respect it deserves. They put up 4, like we said, and the majors obviously take note of that. The majors remember in 2019 what the Jackfish were all about. Stole over 120 bags that season.
Morello still not moving as the ball's fouled away by Marriott at the plate. Now he's behind in the count 1-2.
Yeah, I see in a couple comments, what's the score? We are trying to get the graphics up and going for you. Early in the season, working out the kinks. 1-0 Jackfish here in the bottom half of the third.
And a 1-2 count. Nobody away, just high and outside. And it's 2-2. We will try to keep you updated with the score more often here throughout the broadcast as we play in the bottom of the third inning. Morello on first after a leadoff single into left field. Dancing off of first base now, the 2-2 pitch to Marriott. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Throw behind him at first base. Morello back easily, but Marriott's down on strikes.
Well, he's 0 for 2 in the ballgame after flying out to right field and then the strikeout. But another chance. Already have a runner aboard. See if they can get something going here in the bottom half of the third. And I would be surprised now if we don't see Morello at least try to advance to second.
That's right, with 1 away now after the strikeout to Marriott, it's Brandon Nicholson, the right fielder, striding to the dish. Morello taking his lead off of first. Check swing, bounce towards first base, but it is foul. And he's behind in the count 0-1. It really looks like Morello wants to run over there at first base. Keeps inching towards second base, but just maybe not getting a good read on the pitcher right now.
Well, no signs coming from I see from the third base coach Enrique Pelletieri over there. But you're right. It's as if he wants to. He's itching, and just not getting the green light yet.
And with this kind of speed at first base, a lot of the time too, he's going to have the green light if he can get a good read on Arias. He will likely be off. Once again, taking a big lead, gets back, standing up, and you can see he's trying to time out the pitcher right now. Just not quite getting there.
Yeah, that last step, you could tell Arias saw him right in the corner of his eye, and it was close again, just getting back in time.
And this is a good job by Arias, too, holding the ball, changing his times to home plate, holding it for longer, sometimes pitching quickly other times. And the pitch is outside. It was a pitch out. Morello not moving. Counts now 1-1, and that's kind of what I talked about. They pitch out. Now it allows Nicholson to get back in the count a little bit as it's even at 1.
Well, there's, like I said, respect. They're showing the respect that Jackfish has earned on the bases, but it plays with the minds of players now.
1-1 pitch. Wave and a miss from Nicholson. It was a high fastball. You could tell he wanted to hold off from swinging at it. Couldn't quite do it, though.
Counts 1-2.
And the count's now 1-2. Morello still standing over there at first base, being held on by Perrier. 1-0 our score, 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. And a 1-2 count to Brandon Nicholson. Pickoff to first before the 1-2 pitch. Back easily is Morello.
It's almost like you just got to peel off the Band-Aid. Something's got to give here. I mean, it's a battle. It is a 1-out situation.
With 2 strikes as well, maybe a breaking ball coming up would be a good pitch to run on. And this time he is running. Taken at the plate, slide into second, and he steals it. Morello gets himself into scoring position. Second stolen base on the year for Morello. And that'll give a chance for Nicholson now to drive in a run.
Yeah, Mullen's throw, I mean, you have to expect he was going to run eventually, and the throw was well short as it 2-hopped to the second baseman.
You talked about peeling off the Band-Aid. He did it right there. He was listening. Now he's in scoring position in a 2-2 count for Nicholson. That ball in the dirt. Good block behind the plate by Mullins. And that's huge for the catcher to be able to block that ball, keep it in front of him, and not allow the runner Morello to advance.
Yeah, well said. That ball gets by him. He's easily to third. And they're a sac fly away from making it a 2-0 lead. But that's a pitch that's in the dirt well before the batter's box, and a good job to block that and keep it right square in front of the catcher.
So it's a full count now, 1 away in the third. And here comes the 3-2. That's high. He walked him. Nicholson will jog down to first. And now there's 2 runners on for the number 4 hitter, Mattingly Romanen.
So this is where the Jackfish, again, they're in good here. Romanen, then Brown, then Dupuis. This is where the middle of the order has been coming up clutch for the Jackfish. And against Brantford, obviously Brantford, they were an undermanned team. They came in with a less experienced roster. But they have to be able to take advantage and really start to put up numbers here with runners in scoring position. Can't leave runners aboard against the London Majors.
That's right. We know their offense can strike at any time. And the first pitch breaking ball bends over the plate. And it's 0-1. Romanen, in his first time up, grounded out to the shortstop, Candell. So make him 0 for 1 on the day. And he's behind in the count, 0-1. With runners at first and second. Swing and a miss, another breaking ball. He doubled up on it. And he's behind 0-2. He threw the first breaking ball over the plate and then got a swing and miss on the next one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pitch, well outside to get him to swing at it. Not expecting a breaking ball once again, and that far outside. We'll see what he comes back with here on the 0-2.
So Romanen at the plate. Hogan Brown, the left-handed hitter, waits on deck. And the 0-2. Morello's running. It's a double steal. And Mullins can't find the handle on the ball. Morello takes third. Nicholson right behind him, sliding into second. And now 2 runners in scoring position for the number 4 hitter.
So if you go back to the Jackfish against the Barrie Baycats last season, when the Jackfish, they were struggling to find that dominant catcher that could be able to get players out, this is what the Baycats did. Hit a single and move the base runners over. Jackfish taking that, and they're playing their own game, and this is going to work for them this season if they can continue to find the success on the bases.
Arias went back to the breaking ball, didn't get a swing. It's 2-2, and we heard about it all before the season started. They're kind of going back to that 2019 model, using more speed, playing to this ballpark. As we know, it's a very good pitcher's ballpark. The very spacious outfield. See if those stolen bases can pay off. Runners at second and third. Swing and a miss from Romanen. He got him on a high fastball.
Yeah, that's a long at-bat. Long at-bat for Romanen, and a good job for Arias to be able to stay focused and get the strikeout for the Majors now. Now it's a 2-out situation. And it just makes this at-bat so much more important with 2 runners in scoring position.
And it's Hogan Brown, the left fielder, coming up to the plate. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up, still looking for his first hit of the year, and this would be a massive time to do that, especially with 2 outs. Runners will be moving on contact, so you'd think a single would be able to plate 2 runs. The first pitch to Brown, just over at the knees, and it's strike 1.
Both pitchers so far have been really testing that strike zone, finding the line, as Ben Mercier has been really good and consistent behind the plate, keeping the players aware where that strike zone is. But a lot of ones that we've seen called balls in this league, they're really painting the strike zone today with their pitches.
1-0, Jackfish lead it, looking for more with 2 runners in scoring position. The 0-1, outside. Once again, huge play by Mullen. Get out of the crouch and make that catch. Anything to the backstop definitely scores a run in this situation.
That's probably the first real miss we've seen from a pitcher there, is that's well up and away. But very acrobatic and athletic catching from Mullen, like you said, to keep that a 1-0 game, really.
Hogan Brown looking to drive in a run. Runners get their lead. Here's the 1-1, and he pops the ball up on the infield. Candell there. Now McQueen, the second baseman, moving over just behind second base, makes the catch to retire the side. So the Jackfish threaten, get 2 runners in scoring position, but can't push them across. Jackfish lead at 1-0 as we go to the top of the 4th. Top of the 4th we go. Majors coming up to bat.
Leading off the 4th inning for London.
And it's Andrew Lawrence
14, Andrew Lawrence.
coming up to the plate to lead things off for the Majors, trying to get on the board here as the Jackfish lead at 1-0. The first pitch of the inning to Lawrence from Nixon is just high. Called a ball, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, he's the player that I was kind of keen to watch today, is Andrew Lawrence. As, you know, you look at his stats from the opening couple of games and what he did in his last game. Really dominant performance at the plate. And London known for hitting.
And he's going to square around and drop one down. Nixon off the mound. He's not going to have a play. So we talk about the hitting. Now he's showing off the speed with a bunt single. And he's on to start the inning.
It's like Moneyball. Just gets on base. Whatever gets on base is going to work. And like I said, the Majors are known for hitting, and he did his job. Look who comes up to bat now, Cleveland Brownlee, a guy who nearly put it out of this ballpark his last time up.
And if you're a Jackfish fan, not a guy you want to see with runners on base. He's known to be a good hitter in this park as well. I remember him hitting a home run here last year to left field. May have been the farthest home run I think I've ever seen in person in my life.
Yeah, there's a new scoreboard here, and this ball that he hit, and I remember exactly, in June, would have carried that scoreboard.
So he's hitting with a runner at first base in Lawrence after the bunt single. Majors looking to get on the scoreboard. And it's Cleveland Brownlee, the designated hitter in the box. Standing on deck is the catcher, Mullen. As Brownlee doubled his first time up into right center field. Long hold on the mound by Nixon. There is some speed over there at first base, we mentioned, with that bunt single, so maybe, like Arias was doing, varying his times to the plate. And then Brownlee just called time. Checks the runner at first. Now the pitch to Brownlee. Bounce to the mound. Nixon there. He's going to look at second, but then throw to first. Take the sure out. He gets Brownlee on the ground out to the pitcher. And there's one away, but the runner moves into second.
Yeah, I thought he may have made a play at second, but a good heads-up play. He realized unable to get that throw in time. Definitely wasn't worried about the speed of Brownlee coming up first base, but good heads-up base running from Lawrence, able to get there in time, and he beats the chance for, the Jackfish to be able to get the double play.
And it's a smart move from Nixon there, especially with the lead. You want to take as many sure outs as possible. And with the speed at first base, may have been a tough play getting that ball into second. So he does move up to second. Now he takes his lead off of second base. And the first pitch to Mullen popped up, but it's going to be well foul, moving way past the seats. So early, Nixon jumps ahead in the count.
For some reason, this is year 3 the Jackfish have been playing at this ballpark. Third season, year 4, with the year off. How many kids try to run out to the parking lot to catch those fly balls? Huge, huge parking lot here. They could be going for miles if you've never been here to the park. So these kids get their energy, and they get a good workout trying to chase and flog down those foul balls.
The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Got it past him, and it's 0-2. And if you haven't been to the ballpark, we'd love for you to come out here and enjoy a game. Got so many great things going on now with the great scoreboard out there, Jumbotron out in left field. Always a great time here at the pond to watch some baseball. And the Jackfish are leading it 1-0, but the Majors threatening with a runner standing in scoring position. That's Andrew Lawrence out there at second base. The pitch to Mullen, bounced on the ground at third base. Romanin picks it on the short hop. Looks the runner back to second, throws it to first. Gets the out. Good defensive play for Mattingly Romanin.
What a good scoop. Tough play, made it look easy. Took his time, made sure he had the ball in his hand before just throwing it away. But a really good defensive play by Romanin coming in to get that scoop on the run and get that for sure out. Hold the base runner at second as well. Picture perfect defense from the Jackfish.
And you mentioned it early on, he played in the 2019 season, but he did a lot of catching for the Jackfish that time around. Talked to him before the last game, and he said he is a natural infielder, so now playing more of his natural position at third base. And he made it look easy right there. So a huge out for Nixon and the Jackfish. Runner still at second base. And the first pitch to Taylor Wright, the third baseman, is a strike. And he gets ahead 0-1.
Sun shining now here in Welland as I look out and kind of felt I was getting a little bit warm. The wind has died right down. Flag's not moving. And it's a sunny day. Raining all across Ontario, but not in the Rose City.
Ahead of the count, 0-1 is Nixon, looking at the runner at second base. Now he comes set, and the pitch, swing and a miss. Once again with that high fastball. Gets right to swing through it.
Gotta love having that confidence in a pitcher on the mound that can get you out of these jams. Nixon really dominant so far for the Jackfish defense.
Now with a 2-strike count, we'll see if he goes to that splitter set. He likes to use it against the left-handed hitters. And here it comes, topped on the ground at first base. Morello's up with it. It's a race to the bag. He's going to flip it to Nixon, and it's in time! A close play at first base, but a great job by Nixon to get over there quickly and record the out to retire the side. Once again, they get a runner into scoring position, don't score him, and the Jackfish still lead it 1-0 as we move to the bottom of the fourth inning.
Shortstop number 6, Tyler.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Tyler Dupuis striding to the dish. After Dupuis will be the designated hitter Hildebrandt, and then the catcher Sam Cocker. Jackfish lead it 1-0, playing in the fourth inning. First pitch to Dupuis. Check swing, it was high. Called a ball, and it's 1-0. Dupuis in his first at-bat had a single into left field. Came around to score the only run so far. Next pitch just on the inside corner. And it's 1-1. Dupuis off to a very hot start to start the year.
Oh, no doubt about that. And he, like we were talking about, we were trying to pick who our, picks are going to be the players that are going to surprise us. And I have a lot of hopes for Dupuis as he backs out of the batter's box, as that one almost caught him on the inside corner. But he is a guy that really stepped up to the plate in game one, and high hopes for this Jackfish roster in the middle of the order.
So he's ahead in the count now, 2-1, and here comes the offering. Dupuis swings and misses. And the count's now even at 2-2.
Gotta love a pitching battle, though, and that's exactly what we got so far. Both these pitchers been able to get out of a jam, and now just working the strike zone.
Even count 2-2. Arias pitching out of the full windup, and here comes the pitch. Bounced on the ground wide of third. Towards the dugout there. And the count remains 2-2. Dupuis playing shortstop today. Started the first game at second base with Mike Wagner out there at shortstop. Now, Wagner not in the starting lineup here today, so Brandon Underhill comes in. He plays second, which slides Dupuis over to shortstop.
Yeah, Underhill, you mentioned it, that natural second baseman for the Jackfish.
Bounced up the middle, went off the bare hand of Arias, now picked up by Candell. Throw on the run, not in time. Another hit for Dupuis, and that time showing off his speed down the first base line.
Yeah, it's a good bare hand effort, but the ball probably slowed down a little bit as it hit his hand and only actually hindered the Majors' defensive strategy on that play. But good job. Dupuis again just comes in, gets another single, runs out that play, and a close play that normally would go in favor of the defense. It's the speed that earns that hit for the Jackfish.
And now it's the designated hitter, Matt Hildebrandt, getting another chance to hit with a runner on base. He had an infield single his first time up. That got Dupuis to third base. It was off the glove of the pitcher. Throw over to first before the at-bat starts to Hildebrandt. Dupuis back easily with a head-first dive. Runner at first base, nobody out. Here in this fourth inning, Jackfish leading at 1-0. Once again, a throw over to first. That time, Dupuis able to get back easily, standing up. And another guy with speed. We saw it on that ground ball. We'll see if he takes off running here with Hildebrandt at the plate. Pitching out of the stretch now is Arias with a runner at first. Checks the runner. Set at the belt. Here comes the pitch. And it's hit on the ground to second base. Up with it is McQueen. Flip to second for one. Back to first. It's a double play. And there's two out on a good turn at second base.
Yeah, ball hit right into the double play, unfortunately, for Hildebrandt. And good quick defensive heads-up play to get that transition over to the second baseman, over to the first for the double play. A pretty routine double play for the London Majors.
That's what you call tailor-made, hit right at the second baseman, McQueen, but still had to make a good feed to Candell coming across the base, and he did that. So now there's two gone for the catcher, Sam Cocker, and he takes a breaking ball at the knees for strike one. Cocker, his first time up, drove a run in on a base hit into left field. See if he can get on for Underhill standing on deck as he grounds a ball foul to the third base dugout, and Scotty Johnson having to be quick down there to get out of the way of that one. Great reflexes shown.
The BP pitcher has been known to try to get out of the way and maybe not get out of the way of a couple, as he's been hit square in the face several times. Loves the attention, Scotty Johnson.
So the next pitch was a ball. It's 1-2 now. Cocker still behind in the count. And time is called at the plate.
Well, looking shaping up to be a low-scoring game for sure. Zeros across the board for London, and only one.
Cocker grounds the ball to the shortstop, Candell, off his glove. He picks it up, throws it across the diamond, but it's not going to be nearly in time. And that'll likely go down as an E6 for Candell.
I don't know what it is about that infield right at the shortstop, but the shortstop have been targeted huge by the pond so far. Bouncing balls galore, 3 or 4 of them against the Brantford Red Sox, and there's a first look again. Just a weird hop right in front of him that he didn't expect for sure.
And we've talked about it at length. Candell, a very sure-handed shortstop, too. Just couldn't come up with it, and now there is a runner on for the number 9 hitter and second baseman, Brandon Underhill. Cocker takes his lead off of first base. Arias from the stretch. The 0-0 is up high, and it's 1-0, and that's huge. Cocker getting on base. Now you get the number 9 hitter to the plate, which means even if you can't get any further, the top of the order is going to be up there to start that 5th inning.
Jackfish they have to find a way right here. I don't know if it's going to be this inning or the next inning. It seems there's so much potential. Just looking for that breakthrough hit, that breakthrough timely hitting that they seemed to have last season, but in 2019 with so much base running, the focus was taken off the batters, of course. See if they can get something here, because in a 1-0 game, any run counts. You need to get as many as you can, as quickly as you can, against Arias.
That's right, we are in a pitcher's duel here. Underhill ahead in the count. Now he's way ahead in the count. It's 3-0.
Yeah, not necessarily a bad thing here if he's going to walk Underhill, and Underhill may not even have to swing or even look at a pitch. Now we go right back to the top of the order with Gio Morello due up.
Likely taking on this 3-0 pitch. And he is taking all the way, and it just over the outside corner. It's strike one. It's now 3-1. I do like when you give the green light to the hitters, but in that situation, number 9 hitter, see if you can work a walk and let that top of the order come to the plate like you were just talking about. And the count is now 3-1 to Underhill. Underhill swings and misses, may have fouled it at the plate. He did. It's hung onto behind the dish by Mullen, and now a 3-2 count with 2 away. So that means Cocker on first base will be off on the pitch, and Perrier, not holding the runner on anymore, will play behind Cocker. Here the runner at first, just got to make sure he goes to the plate. Cocker on the move, and the pitch to Underhill. Strike 3 called. Got it over the outside corner. Underhill's rung up, and that ends the inning. Jackfish do get one on the air by Candell, but can't get him any farther than first base. We go to the 6th. It's 1-0 Jackfish. Let's go to the top of the 5th inning, and Starling Joseph stepping up to the plate. The right fielder struck out looking his first time up. That was the first of back-to-back strikeouts for Nixon. Back in that 3rd inning. And he gets ahead here, 0-1.
Well, about halfway through, and it's pretty clear it's going to be a pitching battle all day long, as Rich Corrente slowly was just loosening up in the bullpen for the Jackfish, but no movement now as the game he seems to just be stretching a little bit. No real sign of any sort of Nixon departure.
And a big swing and a miss right there on looked like what to be that curveball. He said it's not 12-6, more like a slurve kind of pitch. But he got him to swing through it, and it's 0-2. Time called now at the plate by Joseph. After Joseph will be Austin Wilkie and then Dan Perrier. Due up in this inning. Nixon pitching out of the windup. He's ahead 0-2. Here's the offering. Breaking ball fouled away at the plate. And Joseph has not looked particularly comfortable in the batter's box in this at-bat.
Especially that last swing. I mean, it's a good job to be able to get a piece of the barrel on it. But you're right. His swing has completely changed in that one. He's trying to chase just to be able to get a piece of it, but he has not found. He's called time once already, has not found his groove against Nixon.
Nixon still way up in the count. It's 0-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. First out of the inning. That's the 2nd time Joseph has fanned today.
5 strikeouts already, so the fans here at the pond are going to love it again. Back-to-back games. Harford delivered 5 free chicken wings to the fans with 5 strikeouts. And now Nixon, same thing. 5 strikeouts already through not even 5 complete innings.
We heard a lot about Nixon leading up to this start, and so far, everything that we've heard about him has been true, as he's cruised right along. Playing here in the 5th inning, Jackfish are leading at 1-0. And he's behind in the count 1-0 as he bounced that ball up to the plate. It's Austin Wilkie, the center fielder, standing in the right-handed batter's box, batting with no runners on and 1 away. The 1-0 up high just over the letters, and it's 2-0.
Good heat on that fastball. Good velocity off the hand of Nixon, but just a tad above the strike zone. It's been a fairly loose strike zone, calling it a lot of strikes, making the hitters swing rather.
Fouled straight back to the screen. And he's back in the count. It's now 2-1. For Wilkie, still looking for that first hit here. He got out his first time up. Grounded out to the shortstop, Dupuis. So make him 0-1, batting for only the 2nd time here in the 5th inning. The number 7 hitter. And the 2-1. Fouled straight back once again. Another high fastball from Nixon. Not a lot of quality contact off of Nixon so far. Even when balls are put in play, they don't seem to be put in play hard, other than that double that he gave up early on to Brownlee.
I'll give an exception for that one, as Brownlee can probably hit any sort of ball when he really wants to. Only 2 hits so far, and on the board, on the box score. You got to love that if you're a defensive coach.
The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball just down low, and the count swells to 3-2. Almost got Wilkie to chase that, just able to hold up. And now Nixon will pitch in a full count with 1 away in the 5th. Wilkie playing in his 2nd season here with the majors. And the 3-2. Popped up. Moving towards the seats. Morello on the run, but that ball will get into the crowd. And it's foul. Wilkie just staying alive as the count remains 3-2.
Yeah, Nixon, of course, attended high school not that far from here. Notre Dame, a Fighting Irish, who's actually there. Notre Dame put in a lot of money trying to get a brand new artificial turf field, as that's one of the oldest turf, well, it'll be the newest turf field, but one of the oldest fields in the region that is still grass, hasn't changed to that turf yet.
This ball's scorched in the air into center field. Marriott on the dead run. He won't get there. It bangs off the wall. Moving around first is Wilkie. He's on his way to second. He gets in there standing up as Marriott does a good job to get the ball back in quickly. But a 1-out double for the center fielder, Wilkie.
First baseman
Well, the third hit for the Majors, and it's a good one in this afternoon. It's the second double. The first double, of course, coming off the bat of Cleveland Brownlee. And this time they go opposite. This time to the left field. A double raised pretty much center. That there was no chance that Marriott was going to get that before it bounced off the warning track to the wall. So a good hard hit bat right there from the London Majors.
And Marriott's got a lot of range in center field, but that ball was just hit so hard. Even though he couldn't make the play, still a great job to play it off the wall and get it back in just to hold that runner at second base. Now the ball's grounded to the right side, and it gets through. Moving around third base is Wilkie. Here comes the throw, and it's way up the line and high. It gets over Cocker's head. Perrier around first. He's into second on the throw. So they switch places. Wilkie comes in to score, and the game's tied at 1.
Yeah, just a shot that gets into the gap right into the outfield, and the throw well off the mark, which moves Perrier over to second as he was rounding second, took a tumble and slipped. But now a pinch hitter coming in for the London Majors.
Or pinch runner, it looks like. Looks like
That
that's
would
still
make sense. That
Candell
makes sense.
hitting, and Perrier is out of the game.
Pitch running for the Majors, number 21, Phil Whalen.
So Phil Whalen comes off the bench. He has already made a start this season for London, playing at first base, so he'll likely stick around in the ballgame and take over at first base. But he's out there running at second right now. Another runner in scoring position for the number 9 hitter and shortstop, Keith Candell. The first pitch to Candell just misses outside. And it's 1-0. Nixon wanted the call, and he didn't get it. And now he's behind in the count.
Well, they're in a jam. See if he's able to come out of it again. Jackfish now, it's a 1-1 game with a runner in scoring position for the Majors.
Nixon looks at the runner. Now time is called to the plate by Candell. And going back to that game on Thursday, we were talking about it before the broadcast. Twice bases loaded, and twice the Jackfish were able to get out of it. Now Nixon's going to try to tightrope out of danger.
Yeah, tough to do against a tough team like the Majors and a tough team that likes to hit. Unfortunately, the Red Sox unable to get the bats going at all, and it was a lot easier and a lot less stressful. But this time, runner in scoring position, and the Jackfish, they found out they're going to make him pay.
Candell now up in the count 2-0. As the pinch runner, Whalen gets his lead off a second. 2-0 count, 1 away in the inning. Pitch from Nixon, fouled straight back to the screen.
Made
Lucky
you
that
flinch
was
just-
there.
Yeah.
That would have been coming straight back towards us.
Flashback, producer Brent, who had to leave to go ref a National Lacrosse League game this evening, but he took one square in the chest last season, right over the safety netting behind home plate, right into the press box off his chest.
It knocked him down too. It was coming in hot. That time we didn't have to worry about it though, as it's a 2-1 pitch, hit in the air, left field, moving towards the corner, and that ball is off the wall. Whalen, the pinch runner, comes around third. He will score. Brown gets the ball back into the infield, and it's a double for Candell, picking up his first RBIs on the season, and the Majors lead it 2-1.
Candell, a huge hit as Essery will come out to have a word and a mound visit with Nixon. But that's just, again, the hitting efficiency with runners in scoring position for the Majors. That will cost you. So he is going to take the ball, and we'll have a pitching change. And I believe Rich Corrente coming in for the Fish.
Top of the fifth here as the Jackfish make a pitching change. Nixon out of the ball game. And Rich Carente coming on, taking the mound for the Jackfish, the lefty.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Carente, his first appearance of the 2022 season. He's been with the program a long time, dating all the way back to the Burlington Bandits, made his way up with the Jackfish, one of the originals, and he's a really strong pitcher when he gets his game going. He's had a tough kind of upcoming, got a couple Tommy John surgeries, as they show bunt right away against him.
And McQueen bunts it. Carente juggles it a little bit, and everybody's going to be safe.
Not the start you wanted, that's for sure, as they show bunt, and now they got runners on the corners, moving the base runner all the way from second to third, and now he's, with a one-out situation, can put a sac fly to make it a 3-1 lead. But the Western Ontario boy, Carente, Chatham, Ontario, where he grew up, stands 6'2", 230, and fear the beard. He'll have his work cut out now.
It's Andrew Lawrence coming up to the plate. Had to hit his last time up. As he tries to drive in a run with one out. Carente gets the call on the inside corner. And he's at 0-1. Big contrast from these two pitchers. Nixon, that hard-throwing right-hander. Now Carente comes in, a little bit of a softer tosser, and he's pitching from the left side.
Yeah, Lawrence did not like that call, as he thought it was well inside. But you're right, the speed and the velocity difference is so different.
The 0-1 just missed outside, and it's 1-1. With one away, runners at the corners right now. In Candell at third, and Chris McQueen standing over at first base. Once again, Jackfish pitching find themselves in a tough situation. Carente trying to work out of it. Here comes the 1-1. It's inside, almost got him. But just jumping out of the way was Lawrence.
Yeah, a fastball got away from him for sure as he tried to paint that corner once again. The corner that Lawrence thought was well inside. This time almost hits Lawrence and backs him off the plate.
So now Lawrence is ahead. It's a 2-1 count. Candell coming right down the line. It's bounced on the ground to third. Romanin makes the play, and it's a foul ball. It definitely was close down that third base line. Home plate umpire Ben Mercier making the call. So just wide of third, and the runners are going to have to go back. If you look, McQueen was moving on that pitch.
Yeah.
Counts even at 2-2, and now there's going to be a mound visit as Coach Ricky Pilateri comes out of the dugout, and he's going to call in the entire infield. So this likely is a conversation about what they want to do with the runner. If he's going to second base, do they want to throw through to second, or do they want to hold the ball and not allow that run to come in to score?
Yeah, that foul ball actually not the worst thing for the Jackfish, as McQueen, like you said, already going to second. It would have easily been there. And the play at first would have been a close play, as the third baseman for the Jackfish was on the run trying to go across the diamond. But yeah, you're right. McQueen already on the move. They clearly want him to go to second. So this will be interesting to see how the Jackfish adapt and try to get a ground ball here and keep him at first if possible, or try to do something. But when it's 2-1 and there's only one out, not good with a runner in third base already.
You're right, that foul ball, bit of a blessing in disguise. They showed their hand now that they do want McQueen to be on the move. See if he is again. He's not running this time. Lawrence just fouls it away. You could tell he was way out in front of that. Just able to get a piece and stay alive in this count, and it's still 2-2. Two to 1 is our score. Majors leading it, scoring both their runs here in the fifth. Carente from the stretch. Now McQueen is moving. It's shot in the air to right field. It's going to get down. A bloop single. Coming in to score is Candell. McQueen motors around second. He gets into third, takes a wide turn around the bag, but he's going to go back. And that's an RBI single for Lawrence, and it's 3-1 Majors.
Yeah, just a bloop single. You put it perfectly. Able to get the end of the bat on and then pop it right over the first baseman's head of Morello. Shallow right field, and it's with that, the Majors now two runners on, around the corners, first and third, and Brownlee at the dish, and they have that 2-run lead now.
And with Carente on the mound, he's not a guy who's going to strike out a ton of hitters, really looking to induce some soft contact. He got the soft contact there, but just found a hole as it bounced in front of Nicholson. So Carente now working to Brownlee, and he runs it inside. It got him. hit him right in the shoulder, and now that will load the bases.
Second time this season Brownlee's been hit. He got dinged at home yesterday.
Number 25, Robert
Or I could be wrong. It was the first inning against Toronto, I believe. Excuse me, against Toronto where he got dinged. And now he gets the base again, but now base is loaded for Mullen.
That's right, it is Robert Mullen coming up. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to shortstop, grounded out to third base. And if you're the Jackfish, you'd love a ground ball right now. With the catcher at the plate, probably not a ton of speed. See if you can get a double play ball. And that's something Corrente is known to be able to do, get some contact on the ground. The first pitch to Mullen just drifts outside. It's ball 1. And the count's 1-0.
Yeah, you have to, like you said, he's not going to be there to be able to get that guy and throw the fastball and strike him out with his velocity. But if you can get a ground ball, get something in the infield.
The next pitch is inside, maybe a tad low as well. And it's 2-0 now, not a spot you want to be in if you're Corrente on the mound. With the bases loaded, now falling behind the hitter Mullen. So Mullen looking to push a few more across. And the pitch to him, hit right back up the middle, picked up by Dupuis, flip it to second for 1, back to first, and it gets past Morello. 1 run comes in to score, another one right behind him. And the Majors now lead it 5-1.
And just like that, a tough play at first that he's going to want back. It'll haunt him for a while. A ground right in the ground, tried to scoop it up and get the double play, unable to do so. And that allows 2 runs to come in to score instead of making it a 3-1 through 4.5. Now the at-bat will continue, and the inning will continue, and they score 5 now here in the 5th.
So that's 2 RBIs there for Mullen on the fielder's choice. And then moves up on the air. So a 5 spot here in the 5th inning as the bullpen springs back into action right now for the Fish. Lefty on lefty matchup, the only lefty-lefty matchup that will be seen here, as that's Taylor Wright standing at the plate. So right-hander loosening up down there in the bullpen. Can't see exactly who it is from our vantage point. Might be Casey Howard loosening up. Pitch just over the outside corner. He gets a strike. And it's 1-1. Runner standing out there at second base is Mullen. But with 2 outs. Corrente trying to strand him right there. The 1-1. Foul ball at the plate. And Corrente's now ahead. It's 1-2.
Got to find a way to stop the bleeding right here. Get in the dugout, get the bats going, end this half inning while you can. And try to forget about what just happened. Not much more you could say. It's past you. You got to be able to move on and bounce back here. Still half a game to go. 5-1 Majors.
And we saw it in the first game. The Jackfish offense is capable of putting up big numbers. So this game far from over now. Now a swing and a miss. He'll throw it down to first to complete the strikeout. So Taylor Wright goes down, but the Majors put up a 5 spot here in the 5th inning, and they take a 5-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
Your Welland Jackfish.
Bottom of the fifth inning we go. Gio Morello comes up to the plate. A defensive change to tell you about. Phil Whalen stays in the game. He pinch ran in that past half inning. He'll stay in the game at first base. And on the mound right now is Jose Arias, pitching here in the fifth inning for the Majors. Rob Nixon started this game. Went 4 1/3, and then Rich Corrente came on in relief. And the Majors lead it 5-1 as this ball shot back up the middle. Candel gloves it. Throw not in time. It's actually off the glove of the first baseman Whalen. Morello around first. He's going to go into second. And that's a good start for the Fish as they try to get some runs back.
Well, talk about redemption. We were talking about it. Hey, he just made an error at first, which caused 2 runs for the Majors to take a 5-1 lead. And now a throwing error from Candelo too high over the first baseman's glove. And the Jackfish, just like that, a runner in scoring position here, trying to come back. They need to claw back a 4-run deficit as the Majors have a 5-1 lead.
And that's now the second error of the day for Candel. And that was a tough play going up the middle, had to spin and throw. Just couldn't find the glove of the newly entered first baseman Whalen. And now it's Eric Marriott at the dish, and he takes outside with a runner standing out there at second base in Morello. Counts 1-0. Jackfish trail 5-1 after the Majors put up a 5 spot in the fifth. Pitch to Marriott, swing and a miss. It's outside. Got him to wave at it, and it's 1-1. Marriott today 0 for 2. Flown out to right field and struck out. Looking for his first hit of the game. He was 2 for 4 in that first contest on Thursday. And he sits in a 1-1 count with a runner at second. Here's the pitch. Bounced right back to the mound. Arias picks it up. Easy flip to first. He got him, but the runner will move into third base. So Marriott, a productive out at the very least, getting the runner 90 feet closer to scoring.
Yeah, not an at-bat Marriott would want to remember, but if anything, hey, you move the base runner over to third, and this is where the Jackfish have to trade that out for a run. You need to be able to score a run against this Major defense right now. As you saw, the Major offense, when they get going and their bats get going and you give them a chance, they're going to put up 5.
So it's Brandon Nicholson now, the right fielder. He's grounded out and walked to this point, 0 for 1. Breaking ball bends over the plate. It's a strike. We talked about the error from Morello in that last inning. Also a throw from Nicholson in the outfield that allowed a couple runners to move up. Factored into that 5-run inning as well. So another time where Nicholson here would like to come up big for his team. The pitch with a runner at third. Skied way up. Candel, the shortstop, moving back. He's calling for it. Now coming in, the left fielder. Lawrence makes the catch. Morello not going anywhere. Hangs on at third, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, I hit it to the moon, just not deep enough to allow Morello to get it a big enough lead and be able to go on that run. So with that, 2-out situation now, and all of a sudden the Jackfish in a tough spot here in the bottom of the fifth.
And that's one of those plays there where it's kind of in that trouble spot of the dime and the left fielder coming in. Candel looked like he was calling him off the entire way, but of course, it's an easier play to come in and make the play like Lawrence did right there. He ended up calling him off and making the routine catch. And now it's Mattingly Romanen with a runner at third base. Big block once again by Mullen. He's been doing that all game.
Able to block that somehow and turn around and catch that in the palm of his hand. But that's a couple great blocks now that's been able to keep the Jackfish at bay on the bases.
Mattingly came up big in their first game. See if he can do it again with a runner at third and 2 out. The 1-0 pitch over the inside edge. Counts even at 1-1.
Good fastball right down Main Street for the Majors there from the righty of our Arias, who's been solid through the first 4.5 innings of work.
5-1, Majors lead it. Jackfish looking to push one across. The 1-1 to Romanen. Strike, almost exact same spot as the last one.
Yeah, carbon copy once again. Good control to be able to go right back to that exact spot.
So now he got both of those strikes with the fastball. We'll see if he goes back to it now with a 1-2 count, or maybe he breaks out that breaking ball that he's used very effectively as well in this outing. The 1-2 pitch to Romanen. Bounce back to the mound. Arias off the mound once again. This time he's going to take it to the bag himself. And the inning is over. So the Jackfish get a runner to third, but can't push him across. The Majors lead at 5-1. We go to the sixth. Top of the sixth we go. Starling Joseph, the hitter for London, as he leads off the sixth inning. Majors leading at 5-1. Rich Corrente still on the mound, back up the middle. Ranging there is Dupuis, picks it up behind the bag at second. Strong throw, and he got him. Great defensive play by Tyler Dupuis as he ranged all the way behind the second base bag and then made a strong throw to first base.
Yeah, it could have been trouble as you saw the pitcher of Corrente try to catch that between his legs, and I feared, similar to what the Majors pitcher did, catches off Arias' bare hand and slowed the ball down. This time goes right between the legs, and it was able to allow that defensive play to get the put out at first.
So now it's Austin Wilkie coming up to the plate. He got that last inning started. Got a hit into center field. Remember, he laced that ball off the wall. And now he's behind in the count, 0-1. Pitch is down low, and the count's even at 1-1. Looked like an off-speed offering from Corrente as he pitches with nobody on and one away in the sixth. 1-1, right over the heart of the plate. He got the strike call. He's ahead 1-2.
Good for Corrente here. Get above, get out, get ahead in the count. Try to gain some confidence here and find your groove and hold the Jackfish in this ball game.
The 1-2 pitch. Slashed away foul down the right field line. That'll get past the crowd, and the count remains at 1-2. The 1-2 pitch just down low, bounces in front of the plate. Cocker over there to block it.
First time these two pitcher and catcher duo will work together, of course. So Sam Cocker will take the spot of the number one position of the catcher.
Swing and a miss. That ball fading away from Wilkie. Couldn't quite get it. And there's two down on the strikeout.
Yeah, good for Corrente. His first strikeout of the afternoon. It's the Jackfish sixth of the ball game.
First baseman.
But a little bit of defense now, and it's good to see the Jackfish bounce back, get some redemption after that, terrible fifth inning that they'll want to forget. They see the 5 on the board. Nothing you can do other than just play your game. You put up 4 zeros before that. Find a way to get back to that.
And this offense can score at any time as the ball's fouled away at the plate towards the Jackfish dugout. And it's 0-1. Couple defensive miscues in that inning, but things have looked much sharper here in this 6th. That ground ball up the middle that Dupuis made a nice play on, and then Corrente getting the strikeout for the 2nd out as they try to keep this score right where it is. The 0-1 laced into left field. It'll get down for a base hit. Brown right there to pick it up. He'll throw it back into the infield. And that's a single off the bench, the first at-bat for Welland. He puts one into left field.
Yeah, just a good at-bat, able to find the velocity and understand what Corrente is going to throw to you, and he got the barrel across the plate. A huge at-bat for the Majors to keep the inning alive and put a base runner aboard here with 2 outs.
Candell doubled a run home his last time up, hit it into left field, just got it down the line into the corner. And the pitch on the outside edge, called a strike. It's 0-1. With the runner Welland standing over there at first, being held on by the first baseman, Gio Morello. And 2 away in the inning. Runners going, pickoff is on. Morello throws it into second, the tag, and they got him.
Well executed. Corrente, good heads up on the mound to be able to realize that the runner's going, throws over to first, and he's in a rundown. Good heads up defense from the Jackfish. That's a good way to walk off heading into the bottom of the inning.
See if they can take some of that momentum as they go up to the plate. We go to the bottom of the 6th next. Bottom of the 6th inning, Jose Arias still on the mound for the Majors. And it's Hogan Brown, the left fielder and left-handed hitting outfielder, to start things off for the Jackfish. Still looking for his first hit on the young season.
Yeah, this would be a good time to get it here. The Jackfish were able to start off the last half inning with Morello able to get all the way to second. Got to be able to take some advantage here, running out of innings to be able to score against this London Major dominant team coming off that huge pennant last year in the championship.
So the first pitch to Brown is strike one. He fouled it straight back. Now he looks to put a ball in play. This one bounces in, and the count's 1-1. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. Brown leading off the inning, checks his swing, but he went around. And it's strike two for Hogan Brown. Last season played in a couple different leagues, played independent ball, played in the Pioneer League, also in the Frontier League.
Yeah, it was kind of a bouncing ball how he got here, but you talked about it. He was excited to come here. Last edition for the Jackfish.
This one he shoots out to second base, but right into the glove of Chris McQueen. A loud out to start the 6th.
Shortstop number 6, Tyler Dupree.
So good contact from Brown, and that's something that you can use to build on going forward. Still looking for his first hit of the season, but if that ball's not hit directly at the second baseman, he's probably on.
Yeah, little adjustments, simple little things that'll be able to, put yourself over the hump and get that hit. Can't just get down on yourself, though, and get in your own head, and that's when real trouble starts to fall, and you really put yourself in a tough spot.
So Dupuis down in the count. It's 0-1. Dupuis been on base twice today. That's a breaking ball. He fouls just past third down into the Jackfish bullpen. And now he's behind in the count, 0-2. For Dupuis in that first game, 2 for 3, also a walk, and now on base twice here today, so off to a scorching start to this 2022 season.
Yeah, you couldn't have put it any better. He has found his groove, and very quickly. And that's what the Jackfish need here. They need that, they need the at-bats really to come alive here in the bottom half of this inning.
So that pitch up high, and the count goes now to 1-2, with Matt Hildebrandt, the designated hitter, standing on deck. And then if anybody can reach base, Sam Cocker, the catcher, a number 8 hitter, will get an opportunity here in the 6th. 1-2 count to Dupuis. And here's the offering from Arias. Breaking ball. Dupuis lines it down the left field line, but it is going to hook foul. Off the bat, looked like it might have got inside the chalk and down into the corner, but just couldn't quite keep it fair.
Yeah, just tugged it a little bit. He really made good contact on that. Very similar to how the Majors pulled the double all the way to the wall at the 335, right to the right of that foul pole. But this one just tugged a little too much left, swerving all the way out into foul territory.
And we know he has pop out there to left field. He had a double there in the last game as he fouls one straight back. Also saw him get a couple over the wall in batting practice today to that left field fence.
Yeah, batting practice, everything seemed to be blowing out, and obviously batting practice is a lot different than a game. But boy, the wind was carrying balls, and now that's not going to help anybody here as the wind died right down as people keep talking about the weather. Very beautiful afternoon here so far, as the storm not expected to come here until 5, 6 o'clock.
Well, that's right. It was cloudy and the wind was howling when this game started. Now it's sunny, and like you said, the wind almost completely died down. Just a little bit blowing towards left field as you take a look at the flags out there in center. But overall, a pretty nice day for baseball here on a Saturday afternoon. Dupuis now fouls another one away. Staying alive in this count, it's 1-2, and that's something you like to see here from the Jackfish, is get that pitch count up from Arias. This is his second outing of the season, but now pitching into the 6th inning, going longer than his first outing. See if you can maybe tire him out, get a fastball that you can drive.
Yeah, you got to find a way. I mean, if you think you've exhausted all options, you have to find another option to be able to chip away at this score.
So Dupuis still sitting in a 1-2 count. There's one away, nobody on. Arias out of the full windup. Now he has his sign. Rocks, and here comes the pitch. Once again popped up into foul territory. Moving over is Welland, but it will find the seats. So once again, another foul ball for Dupuis. And stays alive, and it's still 1-2.
If anything, actually, the breeze would be nice to feel right about now, and I'm sure, because it is pretty humid.
Yes.
With the forecast and the storm moving in, the humidity level is picked right up. So it is very sticky and warm out there for the players.
Dupuis in a 1-2 count after fouling off a few pitches. He gets another one. Once again, it was a breaking ball. He fouled it at the plate. Just continuing to stay alive.
Keep battling. Just keep battling.
We talked about tiring him out over the course of an outing, but also in an at-bat as well. If you keep fouling off those tough pitches, maybe buy yourself an opportunity to see one over the heart of the plate. And we've seen already Dupuis being able to do damage on pitches over the plate. Still a 1-2 count, one away. Hildebrandt stands on deck. Pitches on the inside corner. He got him looking. Dupuis wasn't happy about it. He turns around to have a word with home plate umpire Ben Mercier. But it is strike three, and there's two away.
Would have been a tough swing regardless. They jammed him right on the inside corner. And give credit where credit is due. Good pitch from Arias to find that inside corner and make it a tough swing for Dupuis. And he was unable to even get any sort of attempt at a swing as he had to back off the plate. So a huge strikeout from the Majors right-hander.
So another strikeout for Arias. Now there's two away for Matt Hildebrandt, the left-handed hitting designated hitter. And the first pitch, breaking ball, bends over the plate. And it's strike one, 0-1 for Hildebrandt. Last time up, bounced into a 4-6-3 double play. Trying to drive a ball here. 0-1. He fouls it away and he lets go of the bat. Ball goes flying one way, bat goes flying the other.
Yeah, you can tell the hands are getting a little bit sweaty and the palms are getting a little bit sweaty here in this heat. But the bat flew right into the netting above the dugout of the London Majors.
And not something you see a whole lot anymore, but no batting gloves.
Yeah, not
for Hildebrandt. And he never has worn them.
No. I know Cleveland Brownlee on the other side, another big man. He doesn't wear them either. But it's a preference for sure.
He's now behind in the count, 0-2 after that foul ball, and the pitch is way outside. Talking to Hildebrandt yesterday, asked him about that, and he said he's never really worn them, never got the feel for them. The only time he might put them on is if it's really cold out or if he's struggling to kind of change things up, but both things not coming into factor right now.
Yeah, definitely a feel style. And somebody, hey, if it works for you, don't change it.
He took that one outside. It's a 1-2 pitch from Arias. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, and he fouled it actually at the plate. From up here, it looked like he swung over the top of it, but fouled it into the dirt, so he stays alive. Still sitting a 1-2 count.
I thought I could hear a little tip. The catcher for the Majors, of course, questioning it as he thought it was a strikeout. But Ben Mercier says a foul tip.
Arias offering breaking ball, got it over the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts for Arias to retire the side. Jackfish can't get any runners on, can't push any across. We go to the seventh inning. Majors lead at 5-1. Top of the 7th here as Keith Candell stands in at the plate. He was at the plate to end the last inning as Welland was picked off. At first base, he was moving on the play. Corrente threw it behind him at first, and they got him at second. And Candell hits one high in the air, but that'll get well foul. And the count's even at 1-1. Candell was sitting in an 0-1 count when Welland was retired. Now 1-1 as he leads off the 7th. Pitch over the outside edge, and it's strike 2. After Candell, we go back to the top of the order, and Chris McQueen and then Andrew Lawrence, the left fielder, due up third in this inning. 1-2. Popped up high in the air on the infield. Moving in is second baseman Underhill. Now Morello moving over. The first baseman gets under it, and he makes the play for the first out of the inning.
You know, a couple of pitches ago, he hit one so high to the moon and foul, and then I thought that might be one of the highest hits we've seen here at Welland Stadium, and this one popped right up. No problem, though, for Morello, who slid over about 15, 20 feet to his right to make that grab.
And a lot of the time, that play goes to the second baseman, but Morello, having a better vantage point of it, called him off, made the play, and we go back to the top of the order in McQueen. Left-on-left matchup, and he takes one over the outside corner for strike 1. 5-1 is the score. London getting all 5 of their runs back in that 5th inning. They've also out-hit the Jackfish 8-5. As McQueen's up, had a bunt single his last time up, swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. And Corrente way up, it's 0-2.
I've really liked Corrente, actually, in this ball game. Yeah, he's come in a really tough spot. Not much you can do about what has happened. But the way he's controlled the strike zone, and he's really taken a lot off his pitches to, mess with the Majors' minds a little bit, as that off-speed pitch got him fooled again.
So he rocks, and here comes the 0-2. Fouled away at the plate by McQueen.
That just caught the end of the barrel. Like, I just tipped it to be able to keep that at-bat alive. So a good pitch again from Corrente.
Once again, Corrente mixing up the speeds. When you don't have a ton of velocity, that's something you have to do, is change things up, and he's done an effective job of that here so far in this inning. Next pitch is outside and maybe a little bit high as well. First ball of the at-bat, it's 1-2.
Yeah, a couple surgeries, of course. 2 Tommy Johns, a double Tommy John for Corrente. So if he, has to be able to find his own game now, built off those 2 surgeries.
Ground ball to third, off the glove of a diving Romanin, bounces past Dupuis. McQueen rounding first, on his way to second. Now he's got to get back, the tag, and he's safe.
What a close play. I was shocked he even rounded first to make an attempt at second, as that ball was in shallow left. He immediately knew he made a mistake, turned back. But wow.
The ball was hit hard to third base. Romanin had a great effort diving for it, just glanced off his glove. And then McQueen running hard right out of the box, thought he might have a chance at 2. Dupuis with good hustle to come up with it, and then almost got it back there at first. But just not quite in time. So with 1 away, Chris McQueen stands out there at first base.
Yeah, for sure would have been out at second, as I don't even think he made it halfway between first and second before he knew he had to backpedal in a hurry. Slid in time, just under the tag of Morello.
And now this ball's hit in the air. Center fielder Marriott on the run, he reaches out and he makes the catch on the warning track. Eric Marriott on the dead run, sprawls out and makes a gorgeous play.
What a grab. And that grab here at Welland Stadium is a lot tougher than you may think. It is a gravel warning track, so it is painful to be able to put your body out and make that grab. Diving out like Pilar there to make that grab, and keeps the runner at bay.
As Cleveland Brownlee comes up, the boos ring out. And there's going to be a conference now between the umpires. Are they wondering if he made the catch? out there from our vantage point, it definitely looked like he
For sure.
hung on to it. So we'll see if what they come up with is Cleveland Brownlee, like he normally does, interacting with the fans here at the pond. And they're going to say, no,
I
they,
think
they
they're
will
keeping it.
Yes, they will uphold the call. So a great play in center field by Eric Marriott gets 2 stars in my scorebook for that one.
Definitely the catch of the year so far that we've seen here at the pond. As like you said, it's a tough warning track, because it's a gravel warning track right in front of the outfield wall.
The 7th inning right now. Majors leading 5-1. Runner at first base is McQueen. And once again, they got McQueen picked off. Throw into second. Dupuis had to jump to make the play. Now there's a run down. Morello's going to try to run him down. McQueen goes to the ground, but the tag is applied, and the Jackfish get out of it. So that's twice we've seen Corrente pick off a runner over there at first base. No run score, still 5-1 Majors. We go to the bottom of the 7th.
Keep up the
Sam Cocker leads off the home half of the 7th. As there's a pitching change, Braden Farrington on the mound for the Majors.
Yeah, Farrington entering his 8th season with the Majors. A London native, went to Fanshawe, spent all his time with the Majors in the IBL, and he's been dominant. Key part of the pitching staff and rotation for the Majors.
He gets Sam Cocker to start off the 7th inning. First pitch out of the bullpen is a strike. But it is worth mentioning a great starting performance from Jose Arias.
Yeah, can't ask for much more. Kept the Jackfish to only 1 run, which came all the way back in the 2nd inning, and clean slate ever since.
Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. But he got through 6 full, pitched 4 innings in relief his first time out, now 6 full as a start here in his second appearance of the season. A guy that just came over this season. It's his first year in the IBL, and he's off to a great start. So it's an 0-2 pitch right now to the catcher Cocker, and he swings and misses at a breaking ball. He got him, and that's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, late swing for sure, and you could tell the ball was sliding just as he wanted to put the barrel on the barrel on the ball. Excuse me, struggling this afternoon, but a pitch he'll want back for sure, and take that pitch next time as that one slid way off the plate.
So Brandon Underhill was due up, but there's a pinch hitter coming up to the plate. And that will be Tyson Gaum coming up to the dish. The left-handed hitter will hit here in the 7th. Pitch to him's popped up high in the air. Mullen's going to give it a look, but that'll be well foul into the seats. And it's 0-1 to the pinch hitter. 5-1 is the score. Playing in the home half of the 7th inning. Gaum taking a moment, kicking up some dirt in the batter's box. Now he's in, he's settled in. Farrington's got his sign. And here comes the 0-1 offering. Breaking ball drifted outside, and it's 1-1. Couldn't quite get it back to the outside edge.
Well, first look for Gaum, and first look at the bottom of the order for the Jackfish here against Farrington, as it'll be back up to Morello and then Marriott. See if Gaum can at least poke something and get a runner on the bases.
He hits one into center field. Wilkie now coming in, makes the catch, and there's 2 gone. Off the bat, I thought may have been able to get out there and land in front of the center fielder, but just carried enough into the glove of Wilkie.
Yeah, just a little bit too high as it flew and carried all the way into center. But you're right, it looked like it was going to fall into the gap in shallow center field, right in front of Wilkie. But he's able just to stick his arm out and make that grab, not too far from where he was standing.
So back to the top of the order now for the Fish. It's Gio Morello coming to the plate. He's been on base twice here today. He's also struck out, and he swings through the first pitch. And it's 0-1. If he can find a way on, Eric Marriott, the center fielder, will get an opportunity to hit after he made a spectacular catch in the field in the top half of this inning. But Morello at the dish right now in an 0-1 count. And here's the offering. Inside. Just missed the leg of Morello. Looked like he almost got clipped by that pitch, just able to dance out of the way. And it's 1-1.
Yeah, Morello this afternoon been on base twice, has made it all the way to third both times, but unable to come in and touch the plate and add a run for the Jackfish. Batting 1 for 3 this afternoon, 1 for 5 in the season. Still young, and he made, of course, that costly mistake in the 5th inning, and it's a tough game so far for him.
And right there, you can tell he wanted to go after that high fastball just at the letters. We've seen that a couple times, actually, from Morello at the top of the lineup. Really seems like he's aggressive to swing the bat. And then right there, just holding up in the nick of time. And he takes it high. He's now ahead in the count. Here's a 2-1. Just outside, and the count goes now to 3-1. That's a pitch that's been called a lot today on that outside corner. That time, just a bit too far for Ben Mercier's liking. And now he's way ahead, 3-1. He hits one high in the air, but it's going to get well foul. And it's 3-2 now.
Good contact off the end of the bat there. Great contact from Morello to poke that one. Just foul. Square up that bat, and that ball carries a long ways, probably deep to center field.
So 3-2, 2 out. See if he gets a pitch he can drive. Here comes the offering, and he shoots it right back up the middle for a base hit. Lined it right back up the box. And he's on at first base. And Marriott will get a shot to hit in the 7th.
Again, exactly what you have to do. Get on board. You have to be able to get the base runners aboard here. Now 2 outs, unfortunately. A little more pressure here for Marriott as you trail by 4 here in the 7th.
Center fielder number 9, Eric Marriott.
So it's Eric Marriott to the dish now, and this is a time right here where I think you could really see Morello on the move with 2 out, try to get into scoring position where a single can get a run home. But also on the other side of that, down 4 runs, you don't really want to give away base runners either, so a tough situation. We'll see what happens with Morello standing over there at first. He's already stolen a base today. And before the first pitch, they'll take a check on him at first, and he gets back standing up.
Well, I can't see Ezri, holding in and saying we're just going to play cautious now. It's the nature of the team. That's the identity. You're going to be able to steal bases all year long. This is a good time to try maybe. You're down 4, bottom of the 7th. Good time to maybe send a base run and test the ability. See if they're able to do it under this pressure.
Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I don't believe they've had a runner thrown out trying to steal this season.
No, they've been picked off a couple times in rundowns, but no one is, I don't think on any stolen base attempt has been picked off.
So Morello takes his lead off of first base, 0-1 count to the Jackfish center fielder. Morello not moving, and Marriott hits it in the air to right field. Going back on that ball is Joseph, and he makes the play. Starling Joseph had to go retreat just in front of the warning track, but he hauls it in. Morello gets on a 2-out base hit. Can't get any farther than first base. Majors still lead at 5-1 as we go to the 8th. Eighth inning we go, and a pitching change on the mound now for the Jackfish is Casey Howard making his first appearance of the season. Split a little bit of time starting games and in relief a season ago. And now he's on the mound here to relieve Rich Carente here in the 8th.
Yeah, normally out of the bullpen, and he's a guy that the Jackfish will lean on heavily, as in 2019 and through 2020. numbers were okay. He pitched an 18 and 2/3 inning, struck out 16 batters, so he's almost averaging a strikeout an inning. But he has a lot of pitches that he's able to come into games in different situations. And here, as a perfect example, not normally in this late, he'll come in the 8th inning and try to somehow keep the majors at bay, but he'll have to deal with Cleveland Brownlee. Not an ideal candidate to start.
But still, it is ideal that he's batting with the bases empty. You like to see that.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, if you could do that every time, I mean, his numbers would be a lot worse than they are, but he's drove in a ton of runs for the majors in his career.
First pitch from Howard out of the bullpen is up high to the designated hitter for the majors, Brownlee.
And these two guys, they've pitched each other, they've battled a lot with Howard, of course, with the Burlington herd. And for how long Cleveland Brownlee's been in the league, they've gone up against each other several times.
Pitch to Brownlee is bounced on the ground. It'll be foul. Down towards that bullpen for the Jackfish. For Brownlee, this is his 12th year playing with the majors. He's actually the 5th longest serving player in their franchise's history, which is a big feat because the majors are a long tenured team, and they've had a lot of great talent on their teams over the years. As he sits in a 1-1 count from Howard, and he pops it up in the infield. Coming on is Roman, and now Casey Howard slides to make the play, and Brownlee gets on with an infield single.
What a weird kind of jam swing as his hands got cocked and blocked, and he was just able to bloop it right into the infield gap that saw kind of confusion between the third baseman, shortstop, and the pitcher for the Jackfish all come together. And I believe it was Howard who was on his hands and knees just trying to throw that ball and get it somewhere in time, but no. The big man, we saw Hildebrand earlier do the same thing, very similar situation. And now, of course, pinch runner comes in.
So an infield single, and now coming up to the plate is the catcher, Mullen. 5-1 majors lead it. Playing in the 8th inning. Hit right back up the middle. It's into center field. Marriott's on the run, still going to the track, to the wall, and it's gone. Robert Mullen shoots a ball out to center field, and it's 7-1 majors.
That is a long shot here at Welland Stadium. 400 to center field, and he flew the wall with ease. So a 2-run shot, they add on 2 more, and that will pretty much do it if you're Jackfish fans. It's 7-1 now here in the top of the 8th.
And not a high home run either. That ball was hit on a line out to center field. The first home run hit here at the pond in this 2022 season. And it comes courtesy of the majors catcher, Mullen.
Well, got to be able to find a way to bounce back here and at least close out this ball game and stop the bleeding.
So now it's bounced back to the mound. Tried to be barehanded by Howard. Now throw to first in time. Another great defensive play by Tyler Dupuis. He's been very strong up the middle in this game so far. That one took a bounce off the bare hand of Casey Howard, and then charging in and throwing on the run, Dupuis with a perfect throw.
Couple times now, just reactions from the pitching staff of both teams have caused a little bit of confusion for the defense and made a lot closer plays at first base. But again, good effort from Dupuis coming in to be able to pick up that ball on the run and throw him out just in the nick of time for the opening out here in the 8th.
So after that play, Starling Joseph now will get a shot. The right fielder. He struck out twice and grounded out to shortstop. 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch to him from Howard's breaking ball in there for strike 1. And he gets ahead 0-1. 7-1 majors lead. In the 8th inning, they put up 2 runs here, scored 5 in the 5th. And now 2 here in the 8th of that home run from Robert Mullen.
Yeah, having an off day for sure. He's 1 for 3 in this season. But he has struggled. And I remember the last time he was at plate, he was just trying to be able to find his swing. Was really struggling to get anything against Corrente.
And now he falls behind quickly to Howard, 0-2. So try to get back-to-back outs here and see if he can get the Jackfish in the dugout and back on the bats. That pitch is inside. Almost got him. But it's 1-2 now.
A couple close plays on that inside portion of the strike zone, but that one for sure inside, is that back the batter well off the plate.
Joseph, the Dominican Republic native, stands in the right-handed batter's box. And here comes the 1-2. Popped away, foul. That'll get past the seats. He stays alive at 1-2. He was a free agent signee with the Texas Rangers in 2014. Played 5 seasons in their organization. Made it up to A-ball playing there in 2019. And now playing in his first season in the IBL. First season with the London Majors. It's a 1-2 count. And here comes the pitch. Just outside. Just missing the corner, and it's 2-2. Joseph's worked himself back into this count.
Very theatrical player in the batter's box. You see, he really tries to sell every single pitch and work for every single ball to be able to either A, get on base, or find that rhythm and put a ball into the field.
Another one fouled away, and he's putting up a good fight here. And if you're the Majors, that's something you like to see. This game, maybe out of reach, 7-1. The Majors lead it, and still putting up good at-bats, not giving anything away.
Oh, for sure. It's so early in the year. These guys are just getting the reps in. No doubt about that. These guys want every single ball they can get. And same thing for the Jackfish. The pitching staff, they got to come into these situations and be able to almost practice them. As that took a weird hop. I don't know if it hit Cocker or Mercier. It hit someone in the face mask.
Now, it looked like it struck Mercier back there. He's looking at his mask right now. You saw
Yeah.
Cocker giving him a moment, talking to him. But it seems like everybody's okay back there. That ball came in hot.
Oh, for sure. Fastball, right, almost jammed Joseph right in his hands, and then it took a weird hop. I don't know if it hit the end of the bat, but right off the bat, and then off Mercier.
2-2. It's outside. Count goes to 3-2 now. And you're talking about the theatrics in the batter's box from him right there. You saw him take that pitch outside, then shaking his head no. And he's in a 3-2 count now. Worked himself.
I love the personality, actually. He just adds a little bit of fanfare, and it makes it interesting. Every single at-bat, he's there.
1 out, full count offering from Howard. Right back up the middle. It's off the foot of Howard. He picks it up, throws it to first, dug out. No, it gets past him. The ball bounced up there to Morello. He tried to keep his foot on the bag and couldn't do it. And getting into second is Starling Joseph.
Tough play. Reaction just to be able to kick that ball and keep it in front of him. And now the training staff will come out for Welland to see if he's okay and have a word as that ball rocketed off the shin or ankle of Casey Howard.
Well, it almost looked like he was trying to make the kick save.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good block, able to keep it in front of him. And, I thought it was going to be a lot easier play to throw to first. But the throw well off the mark, and Morello had to dive. And even if he was able to make the grab, I'm pretty sure he was off the bag. So it wouldn't have mattered regardless. But seems to be okay anyways, as training staff, Scotty Johnson checking out the feet.
So after Starling Joseph reaches base, now standing at second base in scoring position, that'll be Austin Wilkie, the center fielder, coming to the dish. He struck out his last time up. He also has a double in this one. First pitch hit in the air left field. Coming on is Hogan Brown, still moving in. Now he gets there, catching the ball about waist high. And there's 2 out.
Final game of the weekend for the Jackfish this weekend, of course, as they play opening weekend. A big win against Brantford at home on Thursday. And then they'll return back home 2 weekend games in a row, Thursday and Saturday once again, next weekend. And they have 3 next weekend. They'll be on the road Sunday in Toronto. So it was good they at least got, of course, the win against Brantford. So a positive to take from this opening weekend, but a busy weekend ahead. So we'll see what they do with the pitching rotation here to see who they get in as they have a righty warming up in the pen.
Howard still trying to work out of this with a runner at second base, pitch down low. It's ball one, and the first 4 games of the season coming at home for the Jackfish before going out on the road, like you said, in Toronto.
Yeah, this schedule is a lot different for all these teams this year as they added more home games, 21 home games this season for each club, and the Jackfish will have that 2-week window in August where they cannot be at the park due to the Canada Summer Games, so you see 4 in a row to start. Jackfish have a couple weekends like that, stretches where they're on the road or a stretch where they're at home.
Ground ball bounced to shortstop. Dupuis up with it. Throw pulls the first baseman off the bag. The throw was wide. Morello couldn't keep his foot in contact with first. And that'll probably go down as an E6.
Yeah, this is just, it's getting almost from, bad to worse, as they would say, as the infielders just trying to get out of this inning. And it seems to be all pointed towards Morello as all the plays have been happening at first, but it's not all on him for sure. As you mentioned, that throw not the best from the shortstop over to the first baseman Morello.
Now it's Keith Candell, the shortstop, 7-1. Majors lead it. Getting 2 runs here in the 8th on a home run from catcher Robert Mullen, who shot a ball out to center field. The 1-0. Popped up center field. Marriott doesn't have to move. The ball's right there. He reaches out and makes the catch to retire the side. So 2-run score, and the Majors lead it 7-1. Jackfish coming to bat in the bottom of the 8th.
Who's ready for... Brandon Nicholson.
Here comes Brandon Nicholson, the right fielder, to face Farrington in his second inning of work. He bounces one low and outside. And it's 1-0 to the Jackfish right fielder. After him, Mattingly Romanen, the third baseman, gets a shot, and then Hogan Brown will have an opportunity in this inning as well. Check swing, little tapper past the mound. Coming on McQueen, bare hand throw to first, not in time. Nicholson beats it out.
The small ball seems to be the name of the game for both teams, other than, the Majors, of course, put up 5 in that inning and the 2-run shot. But that's the 4th or 5th play we've seen, a little blooper. A couple from each side now that stayed in the infield. Normally, easily a routine ground ball. But base runners have been able to get on board because of the infield just swallowing up these baseballs.
And that was a little excuse me swing.
Yeah.
From Nicholson. Didn't get much on it, and now Romanin puts one in the air. Starling Joseph moving over, now into the alley. He makes the catch. And there's one out for Hogan Brown.
Left fielder number 24, Hogan Brown.
Big opportunity for Brown to get his first base hit of the season. He hit the ball hard his last time up, you remember.
Sure did.
He lined out to the second baseman, McQueen.
Be nice right here to put one opposite field, a hard ground ball, put one deep, move the base runners over. Got to give the Jackfish a chance here to get back into it.
And he shoots it back up the middle, and it'll get down for a base hit. Nicholson motoring around second. He's on his way to third. Here comes the throw, and he gets in there standing up.
Oh, he made that look easy. He rounded second like he had just one place on his mind where he needed to be, and that was third base. The throw off the mark, but even if it was on the base, wouldn't have been in time. Good speed from Nicholson, rounding second all the way to third. Runners on the corners now. Jackfish need a hit here. Timely hit here for the big man, Tyler Dupuis.
And Tyler Dupuis, somebody who's come up big so far in this young season. He'll try to do it again in this 7-1 Majors lead. Runners at the corners. It's Nicholson standing at third base. Hogan Brown checks in with his first base hit of the year at first. Quick throw over there before starting the at-bat to the Jackfish shortstop, and he gets back in standing up. That time, Brown didn't hit the ball as hard as his last at-bat, but found a hole. So he's on at first pitch. Breaking ball over the outside corner. For strike one. And back to that base running for Nicholson, a great read, knowing that that ball wasn't going to be caught and then using his speed, not even needing to slide into third base.
No, he just rounded second. He knew he had the gas in the tank, and he easily made that into third and now put himself in a good spot here.
Again, Dupuis taking. That time it was called outside.
Wow. Tough take for Dupuis there, but a keen eye noticing that probably, or took the gamble. It could be a called ball. Evens the count.
Regardless if it was a strike or not a great pitch to hit, especially with the runner over there at first base. Don't want to ground into a double play as Hogan Brown's moving, and the throw goes down to second. Brown with a head-first dive. He's safe. The ball gets past the second baseman, McQueen, and that'll bring a run home for the Jackfish on the throwing error by Mullen. It's 7-2 as Brandon Nicholson crosses the plate.
Well, you got to take what, the doctor gives you sometimes, and a throwing error allows a run to come in. And again, base running, causing a little bit of issues for the Majors as the Jackfish stag another bag and have a runner in scoring position here with one out.
So they cut into that 5-run lead. It's 7-2. The next pitch to Dupuis, swing and a miss way out in front of an off-speed offering. It's now an even count, 2-2, and with that stolen base and the error, not only does a run score, another runner moves into scoring position in Hogan Brown. One away in the inning. 7-2 is the score. Pitching out of the stretch is Farrington. He set at the belt, checks the runner at second, and comes home with the pitch, bounces it. Blocked by Mullen.
Was going to say, wouldn't surprise me if he went back to that same off-speed pitch that got Dupuis to swing through the fences. This time tried the same pitch but missed outside. They have a lot of runs to kind of have a cushion here, see if they want to try some things.
Pitch hit down the line, and it's going to be foul. Once again, out in front of that was Dupuis. Couldn't keep it fair down the line. And the count remains 3-2.
Yeah, a lot better vision and patience, though, from Dupuis on that pitch, noting that he might come back with that same off-speed offering and just tugged it out in front of it.
We saw him do that a little bit earlier in the game. Hit a ball hard down the left field line that he was just out in front of. But with a full count, trying to drive a run in at second base, but before the pitch, Farrington's going to step off as he rethinks things, but he gets back on the rubber quickly, looks in for his sign, and now he's got it. The full count pitch. Hit on the ground to shortstop. Candell picks it up, throws across the diamond. It's in time. Dupuis got down the line quickly, made it a closer play than I thought, but still called out. Moving to third base on the play is Hogan Brown. And there's 2 away for the designated hitter, Matt Hildebrand.
Yeah, the infield grass is just not rolling as firm as it normally does. And again, with the speed like Dupuis, he's able to run that out and make it a tough play for Candell to throw over to first. But hey, nevertheless, that's what Candell does. He's good in the infield like that. He's able to take his time, notice the slow rolling infield, move in a little bit, and a good arm to get the throw out at first.
So a 7-2 game, Majors lead it. Matt Hildebrand comes in, swings and misses at an off-speed pitch, way out in front. And it's 0-1. We talked about the base running in many aspects, but the speed also puts pressure on the defense when you hit a ball on the ground. They got to hurry up their throws a little bit, and Candell did a good job of it there, but we have seen a few errors defensively from this Majors team. Pitch to Hildebrand, another strike. And he's behind 0-2.
There's a pitch I'm shocked he laid off of. Is normally up inside a little bit. He's swinging all day at those. And this one, I don't know if he thought it was going to break, but just came right across the plate right in front of him and let it go.
And the pitch hit high in the air. Moving back is the second baseman, McQueen, calling everybody off, catches it just over his shoulder. And the inning is over. The Jackfish do get one. It's 7-2 as we go to the ninth. Ninth inning we go, and another pitching change for the Jackfish. The fourth arm used here this afternoon. Wyatt Hummel making his first appearance of the season.
Yeah, not much on him as he joins the Jackfish this season, but I agree. This is the perfect time for Ezri and the pitching staff to be able to see who we have. It's the last game they'll play this week before returning home on Thursday night, so nothing wrong with getting as many arms in as you can and see what they can offer.
And his first pitch is grounded out to second, and it's thrown away. Tyson Gom, who came in to play second, now a throw in there to second, and they got him! A bit of a circus play right there. Missed throw at first. Backing up the play was Sam Cocker. He threw a strike to second. Tag applied by Dupuis, and he's out.
That is absolutely ugly. No better way to put that. A throw away from about 5 feet, easy play to first, then a throw on a dime to second. Able to get the Majors leadoff man. Well, it's a laughable play. Luckily, you get the out, though, and you can kind of forget about it. But for sure, a throwing error, and then a good on a rope toss to second to get the out.
Just how they drew it up.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
Next pitch from Hummel. That's a strike. Brendan Lang here along with Spencer Tangway as we play in the 9th inning. 7-2, Majors lead it. One away. As Hummel's third pitch of his outing is a breaking ball. Missed inside. Something you notice early on when he comes out, he's got a lot of velocity on his fastball.
Yeah, for sure. He really likes to release the ball, and, you know, that pitch on that breaking ball clearly started well inside, but when he throws the fastball and gets the arm going, it can really come in with a lot of speed over the plate.
And Lawrence flew a ball into right field. That was Nicholson moving over in the alley. He made the play. And quickly 2 outs, so a good start for Hummel.
Yeah, the GPS was saying rerouting there for a little bit on the first play, but hey, settled in, back on track. Got to get a quick 3 up, 3 down here and get the bats alive to have some sort of chance.
So 2 away here in the 9th inning. 7-2, Majors lead it. Pitch from Hummel at the top of the zone. He gets a strike.
That's the good release right there. Good arm on Hummel. He's got a lot of velocity and a good fastball. Something you like to see in a bullpen guy. Good fastball and good control of the zone.
The next pitch, another swing and a miss. So a pinch hitter right now, it is Cleveland Brownlee, who is due up. But Evan Simon's hitting right now. And he takes one outside. And it's 1-2.
Yeah, Brownlee, of course, replaced in that 8th inning, I believe, when the pinch runner came in for him. Now we know who it is.
1-2 pitch down low. And the count's now even at 2-2.
It's nice to know it's early in the year, though. You're going to see this team a lot more. I believe they played each other 6 times this season. So a good opening day here for the Majors' first appearance to the pond.
And a beautiful breaking ball right there from Wyatt Hummel. Started it off the plate, broke it right back over the middle. And he gets the strikeout to retire the side. Bottom half of the 9th we go. Last chance for the Jackfish.
Sam.
Last chance for the Jackfish here as they trail it 7-2 going into the ninth inning. Catcher Sam Cocker comes up to the dish. He's been on base twice. Had a hit back in the second inning, an RBI single. Also reached on an error by the shortstop Candell, and then he struck out in his last time up. Looking to get on, facing the left-hander. New pitcher into the game. We'll tell you about him in a moment as he fires one in the dirt. Fernando Fernandez in the game for the Majors, making his first appearance here.
Yeah, changing things up a little bit, getting some new faces into the lineup. That one's well in the dirt. That almost didn't even make the dirt, actually. The Mercier, Quebec native. 6'1", 200. Went to school in New Mexico State. Was a part of the Guelph Royals, actually, in 2019. And now joins the Majors for his second season of IBL baseball.
So not playing in the Intercounty League last year as he throws one over the inside corner for a strike. But returning, he had good numbers with Guelph, albeit in only 3 games.
Right.
But with a 3.5 ERA.
And he went 18 innings in those 3 games.
And Cocker leads off with a walk as the Jackfish try to get some runs across here in the ninth.
Second baseman, number 4, Tyson.
And here comes Tyson Gom. He pinch hit for Brandon Underhill in his last at-bat. Stayed in the game, and he's playing second base right now. So he gets his second opportunity, this time facing a left-handed pitcher.
Not the first time the Majors have had a big lead against the Jackfish late in the game. 2020, the Jackfish were able to come back with a 5-6-run performance, I believe, in the ninth at Labatt Park on a glorious number of errors from the defensive side of the Majors, and they were able to win that game. So it's possible. Anything's possible. Only a 5-run lead right now with a runner aboard.
Jackfish trying to replicate that magic here as it's outside on the corner for a strike. They trail 7-2 right now. They do have 8 hits in this game.
They've just been unable to get runners at scoring position home. A couple of times they left base runners out there.
Gom swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. And he's down now 1-2, and that's one of those pitches, a breaking ball left on left. That's difficult because the ball just seems to keep going away from you. You just can't quite get your bat on it. Let's go Jackfish chants ring out now as the fans still into this one in the ninth inning. 7-2 Majors lead. Pitch to Gom, bounces in the dirt. He held off this time. The count's now even at 2-2.
Yeah, if you're Gom, you just try to outwork this pitcher here. Try to make him throw a couple more balls, get another base runner aboard. His first look against Fernandez.
Lefty comes set at the belt, checks the runner at first, pitch to Gom, takes it outside.
Wow.
And it's a full count now, and this would be a huge base runner for the Jackfish to get, getting 2 runners on, going back to the top of the order.
Well, it's a good take. Like I said, he's just going to try to outwork him. Stand there, hold your ground.
Full count. Cocker not going anywhere. Pitch to Gom. Over the inside corner. Gom didn't like it, but he gets rung up. And there's one gone for Gio Morello.
Tough. I mean, I think he made the right play. Tried to just hold on and make him pitch, and he got the call right on the inside corner with the breaking ball. But hey, that's baseball. Sometimes you got to battle him out and you don't get the call.
So it's the first baseman, Gio Morello. Batting from the left side again, another left-on-left matchup here. First pitch to Morello, bounces in the dirt. We've seen that a few times, that fastball skipping in there from Fernandez. And Morello's ahead in the count with Sam Cocker standing over there at first base. Cocker reached on a walk, and then Tyson Gom just struck out. As we play in the bottom of the ninth. This pitch just missing inside. Good take by Morello. Now he's up 2-0.
That pitch right there looked pretty closer to the strike zone than the one that got Gom. Mercier's been really letting the pitchers, paint that strike zone this afternoon. Shocked that one right there, not called a strike.
The 2-0. Fouled straight back. Morello was right on that pitch. Now we'll try to put one in play. Morello is going to be a guy who's probably going to be batting at that top of the lineup quite a bit as we move forward into the season. He's got a lot of speed, got a little bit of pop as well. Manager Brian Essery saying he's going to be that table setter at the top of the lineup, an IBL All-Star a season ago too with the Brantford Red Sox. He swings and misses at a ball in the dirt. It bounces away from the catcher. And the runner moves into second base. Behind the plate right now is Kieran Bowles. A defensive substitution.
Yeah, just for the ninth inning, kind of a rare substitution, seeing the catcher just come in for one.
Morello now with a runner out at second base in scoring position. Trying to get one home. Pitch to him is outside. He gets it to a full count. Back-to-back full counts that the Jackfish have seen. And Morello will hope to have a different fate than the last hitter gone. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball, swung through it. And there's two away. Eric Marriott coming up as the last chance here in the ninth for the Fish.
Fernandez wasn't messing around with that one. He didn't want to take a chance that it would be called on the inside corner again. So instead, he'll go right down the middle. A high fastball with a lot of speed. Forces the Jackfish batter to swing, and unfortunately, Morello unable to put any contact on that ball.
So it's the center fielder, Marriott. 0 for 4 in this game so far, looking for his first hit of the contest, and he takes outside for a ball. He's flown out to right field twice, struck out and grounded back to the pitcher. As the Jackfish trail 7-2. 2 outs in the ninth. Marriott takes it inside. Looked like he almost wanted to step into that pitch.
I was going to say, he wasn't getting out of the way. Kind of leaned in as that one came right across the inside of the strike zone, rather, and nearly clipped him.
Need base runners any way possible at this point in the game. So Marriott ahead in the count now, lefty on lefty once again. Marriott this time does turn away from the pitch and takes inside, but it is a strike. So Fernandez back in the count. Marriott hit .280 a season ago. Batting at the top of this Jackfish lineup. 2-1 bounces in the dirt. It's 3-1.
Got to find a way here to get this runner aboard. 3-1, 2 outs. You're down to your last out. Have to be able to at least get another at-bat with 2 runners aboard.
Standing on deck right now is the right fielder, Brandon Nicholson, if Marriott can reach. He's sitting at a 3-1 count. Here's the offering. Splits the plate down the middle. At the knees, it's strike 2, and once again, the count runs full. That's 3 hitters in a row, and Fernandez has been effective, but he's been a little bit wild as well.
Yeah. Lots of pitches for sure.
But he'll try to work out of it another full count offering. Taken down low for a ball. Marriott walks. And Brandon Nicholson will get a chance against the lefty with 2 away in the ninth.
Well, a lot of magic needed here, of course, as the Jackfish are down to their last out. Runners first and second. So even a home run or a grand slam, clear the bases all you want, but you still need 5 just to tie. So just keep battling. Wear out Fernandez as much as you can.
So runners now at second and first. Sam Cocker, the catcher, stands at second. Eric Marriott, the center fielder, stands at first. And that strike call again to the displeasure of a Jackfish hitter. As Brandon Nicholson turned around, the fans not happy with the call either.
Definitely a pitcher's umpire. Both sides today, though. A lot of strikes over ball calls.
Nicholson takes again. That time it drifts low. 1-1, and you're right. It's been consistent on both sides. It's
Right.
not been one way or the other.
No.
Just a very wide strike zone today. If you're a pitcher, you love these kind of days.
Yeah, for sure.
As it's a 1-1 count to Nicholson. He swings and tops a ball foul. Just past the on-deck hitter, Mattingly Romanen. And now 1-2 count. Nicholson's got a battle as the Jackfish are down to their final strike.
Well, tough spot. Like you said, down to your final strike. You don't want to see a ball go right past you for the strikeout.
1-2 count. Runners take their leads. Nicholson check swing. They're going to ask if he went, or they're going to ask if it's a foul ball. He's not going to check. So,
well, see, last year we argued this several times. What can the umpire at second base really see?
well, I don't know why he would want him to ask the second base umpire.
Right.
There's an umpire standing over there. Now, the only thing I can think of, they were looking for a foul tip. Maybe the guy straight on would have a better vantage point of that. But home plate umpire Ben Mercier wanted none of it. And it pitches down low, once again a full count. So you got to credit the Jackfish hitters. Talked about it in the majors half of the inning, but now the Jackfish hitters down 7-2.
Yeah.
Still putting up battles, not giving away any at-bats, and early on in the season, you want to see as many pitches as possible. Runners will be on the move. A full count pitch. Hit back up the middle. It's going to get down in the gap. Cocker around third. He's going to score. Marriott around second. He touches the corner at third. He's going to come in to score. Rounding second. Going back is Nicholson. And a 2 RBI double.
Well, that'll at least keep the fans excited and wanting more. You know, you don't just go out without a fight. 7-4 all of a sudden. A deep shot all the way to the wall. That is a timely hit and exactly what the doctor ordered. That brings up Roman, and Nicholson does his job. A huge 2-out double and a 2 RBI for Nicholson in the ninth. 7-4 makes it a little more interesting now with the runner aboard.
So you said it, third baseman Mattingly Romanin will get a shot here. There's going to be a meeting on the mound before that happens. And also, of course, that great hit into the gap, but great base running by the Jackfish. 2 outs, runners were on the move. And that was Marriott being able to score from first.
Well, this is like I said, this is the part of the order I like. You have your top 3 guys who are able to get on base. Nicholson shows what he does best. He's able to get those timely hits. He was key in 2021, when he was able to come in later in the season, added that depth in the rotation, in the lineup, added that hit, that timely hit the Jackfish needed. Gets one here, and now they're still in the ball game.
So 7-4 is our score now, and Fernandez bounces one to the plate.
Well, you have to think the memo is still the same. Make him throw the pitches. It's been 4 full counts in a row.
And Romanin's ahead 1-0. Nicholson at second base, pitch high and outside, tried to be framed by Bowles. Didn't get the call, though, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, high and outside. Did a good job, though, to pull that one back into the corner. As we talked about, Ben Mercier's been favoring the pitchers all game long.
So Romanin in a good hitter's count. Nicholson bouncing off of second. Pitch is right there for a strike at the letters. It's 2-1, and I talked about this on the broadcast last time, but that runner bouncing out there at second base as a hitter, sometimes that can be a little bit distracting, seeing that in the background, especially in a 7-4 game. You're not going to be going anywhere in this situation. Romanin stands there. Now he is going to third, and he's going to take it. No throw. So he proved me wrong.
Sure. Yeah, it doesn't really change much. Sack fly is no good here. 2-out situation. You know, 1 out, it's a different story, but down by 3 runs here. Got to be able to get on base somehow.
And of course, if you're the majors, you're going to let him take that base. Don't want to open up any holes in your defense. So here comes the 3-1 to Romanin over the outside corner, and we go back to a full count. What's that, 5 in a row now?
5 in a row. 5 batters here in the inning, and it's the 5th full count in a row.
So a ton of pitches being thrown by Fernandez as he tries to shut this down here in the 9th. He's worked himself into a save situation. Now the 3-1 lead for the majors. Romanin down to third. It's gloved. Spin around. Throw across the diamond. It pulls him off the bag, and it's high. Romanin's going to go around first. He's going to get into second. Nicholson comes in to score on the throwing error from Taylor Wright. And the Jackfish are within 2.
Wow. Well, I talked about it. You know, a flourish of errors a year ago at Labatt Park in the 9th, and the Jackfish were able to claw themselves out of a 6-run deficit. 7-5 all of a sudden, and another throwing error, this time from the third baseman across the diamond, well over the head of the first baseman for the London Majors. With that, tying run at the plate.
That's right, tying run standing at the plate in Hogan Brown. Left on left, he takes inside.
Ooh, that nearly caught a piece of the jersey just by number 2-4 at the plate.
Brown swung the bat well in his last 2 at-bats, lined out to the second baseman McQueen, then got a base hit up the middle. Pitch to Brown, drifts outside, it's 2-0.
Yeah, if you're the Majors, you shaking your head here. You know, it's been 5 straight full counts. Find a way to get a strike, just anything to stop the bleeding.
There is action in the Majors bullpen right now, as Fernandez tries to work out of it. Runner in scoring position at second. Pitch to Brown, fouled straight back. He was right on that pitch. And it's now 2-1. So Brown ahead in the count. Fans still into it here as the Jackfish trail by 2, 7-5. Tying run at the plate. Brown takes it, it gets off the glove, and back to the backstop. The new catcher couldn't handle that, Kieran Bowles. And now 90 feet away is Mattingly Romanen. It's Jared Lund, warming up right now in the bullpen. 3-1 count, though, to Hogan Brown. Tyler Dupuis waits on deck. The 3-1. Outside for ball 4.
Mercier, we thought for sure that'd be a strike, calls it a ball low and outside. And all of a sudden, the Jackfish a run away, 1 hit away from walking this off.
So it's Tyler Dupuis, the go-ahead run coming to the plate. And there's going to be a pitching change when we come back. Runners on the corners for Tyler Dupuis. And it's Jared Lund coming in to work out of this situation, and a tough spot to come into.
Well, you can't ask for much more for the Jackfish.
Another left-handed pitcher comes set at the belt. Pitch to Dupuis. Takes it at the knees for a strike.
And to make this more interesting, Lund is actually a junior pitcher for the Majors, so a lot of pressure on the youngster.
Another thing to note, all these runs coming with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Pick off to first. Brown back there easily.
Lund only 5'8", 160 pounds. So not a big arm on the mound. For the majors, they put him into the tough spot.
Brown taking his lead off first pickoff again. Low throw. Welland just able to come up with it.
I was going to say, interesting throw to go back to check on first, as that one well in the feet. And if they throw it away, could make it easily 7-6.
Here comes the pitch to Dupuis. Swings and misses Brown, getting into second base. And that's a huge base right there being picked up by Hogan Brown. Very smart base running. Now a single scores 2.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for any more. The Jackfish, of course, stealing bags all game long, and the majors know it. Every team is going to know that. But a timely stolen bag.
So Tyler Dupuis sitting in an 0-2 count. 2 away. Jackfish once again down to their final strike. Check swing from Dupuis, called outside. You can hear hollering from the majors dugout.
Oh, to be honest, I thought it was over. That is a pretty good pitch. Just outside, they're saying.
7-5 our score. 1-2 count to Dupuis. Lund is ready. And the 1-2. Outside once again. Dupuis, great job to battle himself back into an even count. It's 2-2.
Yeah, Lund tried to go right back for that same spot. That one well outside, though.
So Mattingly Romanen standing at third base. And the tying run in Hogan Brown stands at second. The 2-2, pop foul. Dupuis stays alive.
Yeah, it's a good contact, but the ball we're going to want to, see hit is either A, a home run, but more respectfully, a ground ball, opposite way into the gap, scored 2, put someone on. No need to take a huge cut, but a hit is needed here for sure.
In a tough situation, but you just need to remember a single ties this game. 2-2 pitch. Outside once again to Dupuis, and we get another full count in this 9th inning. That's been the theme.
It has, every batter. 6 batters for the Jackfish, 6th full count.
Runners get their leads. Romanen at third. Hogan Brown at second. Full count offering from the lefty. Bounce to the shortstop. Coming on is Candell, and it's off his glove! 1 runs in to score! Brown around third. He's going to be stopped right there. And the error by Candell has brought the Jackfish to within 1.
7-6 in favor of the majors now, and it's Candell. Another error. I believe that's his second or third error this afternoon. A throwing error for sure, and that's his second, fielding error. All of a sudden, Jackfish with Hildebrand at the plate. A timely hit. That's all you ask for, a timely hit from your DH.
And a guy who has pop.
He could win the game.
And the crowd chanting, "Let's go Hilde." You talked about it. A fan favorite here at the Pond. And he's up in a huge spot, a meeting on the mound. And it's a lefty-on-lefty matchup with Jared Lund.
Well, it's tough, Roop Chandler and his crew believe in the youngster of Lund to come in at a tough spot. They thought Fernandez would be able to get the job done. Unfortunately not, through over 30 pitches. And now they're in a tough jam.
Dupuis over at first base. First pitch to Hildebrand outside. And it's 1-0. And just to go back to that at-bat for Tyler Dupuis, just putting the ball in play is so important in that situation because anything can happen once it's out there. 1-0 pitch to Hildebrand, catches the outside edge. It's even at 1-1.
Oh, so important. The tying run is 90 feet away at third base, 7-6 game. Can't ask for more excitement here on a beautiful afternoon where it's been raining across the province.
And the rivalry between these two teams continues. Pitch to Hildebrandt. Breaking ball on the inside corner. Hildebrandt unhappy.
Oh, that's a little nasty pitch from Lund. Off speed, coming in slow at Hildebrandt. And he's unable to swing.
So now with 2 strikes, he's got to protect the plate. Hildebrandt popped up to second base his last time up, and Lund steps off.
A lot of pressure for the Majors youngster on the mound, taking his time. Good on him for taking that second just to control his breathing and figure out a way how he's going to sit down Hildebrandt.
It's a 1-2 count. Jackfish down to their final strike once again. The 1-2 on the move, and it's rifled down the line. It's a fair ball. Browns in to score. Going around third is Dupuis. He touches the bag, and he will score as well. Matt Hildebrandt with a 2 RBI walk-off single, and the Jackfish win it 8-7.
Never say never. Can't say any more than that. The Jackfish come back from behind. 7-1, down by 6. What a 9 spot. Couldn't ask for any more excitement from the pond, but the Jackfish get it done with Hildy at the dish.
And right when it left his bat, he knew it. And a come-from-behind victory for the Jackfish, an unlikely victory for the Jackfish as they continue to celebrate on the field.
That will go down in one of the Jackfish history books as probably one of the best games and best finishes here with a walk-off win to go to 2-0 and beat the defending champions. Maybe it's the 9th, I don't know. The last time I remember a huge comeback, it was against the Majors in the 9th. And again, they win it by putting up 6th in the 9th inning.
So a huge win for the Jackfish. That puts them to 2-0 on the season. The Majors now at 1-1. And what an exciting finish here at the pond on what turned out to be a beautiful Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, the juniors expected to play afterwards, but the Gatorade comes out.
And the crowd's still into it. And you got to credit the fans. Nobody left when this game looked like it was out of reach. And they're rewarded with seeing possibly one of the best come-from-behind wins you will see the entire season.
Not often a team like that, the London Majors, come into a park up by 6 in the 9th and leave with a loss, not going to extras. Unheard of in the Jackfish in front of another great crowd. Huge effort in the 9th and come back and win it at home.
So what a win for the Jackfish. Matt Hildebrandt with the 2 RBI single to win it. For everyone here at the Welland Jackfish, for Spencer Tangway, I'm Brendan Lang. Thank you for coming along with us this afternoon. Jackfish win it 8-7 on a walk-off, and have a great evening.